to the floor. My bed is all my fault.
उड़ा मैं नींद से, देखा जो सपना वो सच था। घर पे एक कुत्ता है, गाड़ी दो चार दोस्त और एक स्टूडियो मस्त था। बस अभी तो लगा पैसों का है चस्का, सब कुछ लगे अपने बस का। म्यूजिक में नशा, मैं झूमता ही रहता, पता मुझे करूँ क्या इस कश का। मेरा शहर, मेरा घर, मेरा दिल यहीं, मेरे दोस्तों से सही कोई महफिल नहीं। मैं बाहर ज्यादा घूमने पर मन रहता, घर पे यहाँ हफ्ते से ज्यादा कर पाता कहीं चिल नहीं फील नहीं। इस हवे में गम है खुशी, इस हवे में जोश, सब कर लूंगा खुद ही। ऊपर से साथ मेरा क्रू, सब कुछ सॉर्ट गिव अ फक अबाउट हू। ज्यादा कमाने का शौक, बचाने का कम, उतना ही खाते हम जितना हजम। माँ बाप के चेहरे में दिखती जो खुशी है, लगा नहीं सकता कोई उस पे रकम। खुद पे नाज भी है, कुछ हमसे नाराज भी है। वक्त ना रुक सके हम तो, किसी ना किसी का छूटना लाजमी है। भूख तो आज भी है, बस बदल गया थोड़ा मेन्यू। पार्टी तो आज भी है, बस बदल गए थोड़े वेन्यूज। बिजनेस तो आज भी वही, बस बदल गया है रेवेन्यू। सेकंड हैंड गाड़ी का शौक, पर बाकी सारी चीजें लेते हम ब्रांड न्यू। नए सपने, नए मौके, नया दिन, चल पड़े हम करने चेंज अपना सीन। हो इंसान तो बदलते रहेंगे शौक, तो करते रहने फरा हसल till I'm gone, नए सपने, नए मौके, नया दिन, चल पड़े हम करने चेंज अपना सीन। हो इंसान तो बदलते रहेंगे शौक, तो करते रहने फरा हसल। करना मुझे जो मेरा दिल करे, वही मेरा बिल भरे। मेरे साथ दुख भी कहानी मेरी फील करे, मेरे हर खर्चे की रात से ही फीस भरे। परिवार मेरे अपने शौक की हर चीज करे। पैसा जरूरी है, खुशी मिलती जब भी क्लियर होते चेक्स। बोलते वो मोर मनी मोर प्रॉब्लम्स, ऐसी ही दिक्कत लगे मुझे बेस्ट। मौत का इंतजार नहीं, मेरा स्वर्ग यहीं शुरुआत, मेरा अंत यहीं। गाने अमर, उन्हें पता फर्क नहीं, चलने वालों का बनाना नर्क यहीं।
What is up? Good morning, दोस्तों. Welcome back to another Watchparty stream.
That good player is good on multiple.
Wait, stream B है ना?
We're making excuses for March.
एक बारी चेक कर रहे हैं तो stream A या B है?
It will never end.
Stream A B.
Kind of.
It worked.
They should have won though.
Will it work for them later in the tournament? They should.
Hey.
Otherwise, they're out. Let's
Nee, wait, what?
Schedule reminder: Carmine
Hey, man.
playing against a very interesting energy match.
Today's schedule.
Carmine took out Paper X at the end of yesterday.
Can we just skip that?
Okay. इसमें यही है. बराबर.
Red Force.
Welcome दोस्तों. Welcome to stream.
Them here in the second match against the Gentlemates. We open it up with the elimination battle. AGA versus Global Esports.
Hi Avis bhai, what's up Daksh bhai?
I think
Hi
here I'm
Fares,
looking
what's
at
up
all
Pog
gamers, man. I
Champ,
think
welcome to
they
stream.
have a lot to prove. They
Wait.
struggled. They didn't qualify.
एक सेकंड, कल पेपर एक्स हार गई ना? ब्रो चैट, कल पेपर एक्स, होली शिट भाई, डोसिया ने बना दिया डोसा। ब्रो मां कसम, वे आज अभी कल पेपर एक्स हार गई बे, टूर्नामेंट से बाहर हो गई। इमेजिन ब्रो, इमेजिन। एनआरजी से वाइटैलिटी एनआरजी से जीत गई, मतलब चैट एनआरजी पेपर एक्स को हराई, एनआरजी और वाइटैलिटी एनआरजी को हरा दिया। ब्रो दे आर सो मच बेटर। अभी एनआरजी का एक गेम है, ये क्या केक वॉक गेम है उनके लिए यार। इजी क्वालिफिकेशन, ये कल है ना, आज एक क्वालिफिकेशन गेम है, नहीं कल ये दोनों क्वालिफिकेशन गेम। तो आज क्या है भाई फिर? आज एक क्वालिफिकेशन ये, एक क्वालिफिकेशन ये। चैट ये तो मस्त है यार। जीतेगी। यू थिंक पॉसिबल विन, पॉसिबल लॉस। जी से पहले पेपर एक्स बार, ये किस दुनिया में रह रहे हैं हम यार?
I'm looking for a 2-0 here.
पहले
We've got Heretics versus MIB.
पहले पेपर एक्स मारोगे।
Thoughts on what we've seen so far?
हमको कॉल करे बेबी, फोनवा उठा के।
As far as I'm concerned, we've got 3 shaky teams in this group, and then an MIBR who is probably just going to continue to put their feet up. Of course, we all know how
हमको
good
कॉल
Heretics
करे
can be
बेबी,
when they play to their ceiling. They are
फोनवा
definitely
उठा
good enough to
के
beat MIBR,
कॉल
but
करे।
otherwise
AG21G,
they're gonna have to really
okay.
turn things around, because as far as I'm concerned, all gamers should
देखो चैट,
हमके कॉल करी बेबी, फोनवा
उठा के बोल कहाँ बातू बेबी नया नया चीज सिखावा तू बेबी पटना से आईली पूरा क्रेजी बेबी बात मारत के काल करी बेबी फोनवा उठा के बोल कहाँ बातू बेबी नया नया चीज सिखावा तू बेबी पटना से आईली पूरा क्रेजी बेबी
Okay, for me.
Masters 1 not in EWC number 2 eliminated. Yep.
Actually, they're
और सब कल मूवी कैसी थी? बहुत अच्छी थी कल मैच यार. दो मूवी देख के आया हूँ. दो सिर्फ एक नहीं 2 मूवी देखी है 2 ब्रो.
Come through for Lotus and Breeze.
Oh, Sunset! Oh my God.
This is really classic GE, even without Frost on the lineup. I like the fact that they're quite happy to take a little bit of a different look into the map.
एक वो देखी दिलजीत दोसांझ वाली
and try to take a little bit of a risk.
और एक देखी अल्फा.
To show their preparation on the map that
Bro,
hasn't been around for that long.
Klurge आप गाना भी बनाते हो ये
that all gamers
अपना ऐसी है.
on Masters London have probably got a little bit more time to prep this than GE might have.
Wait, Sunset Split.
Which,
wow.
To be honest, I don't mind at all for global esports.
हमको कॉल करे बेबी फोनवा उठा के अल्फा का एक्सपीरियंस बताओ. नॉट बैड ब्रो, नॉट बैड. लोग फालतू का हेट करने को हेट करते हैं हर चीज भाई. इट्स नॉट बैड.
But also you pick a sunset where you don't have
मैंने सुना हर्ष भाई आपकी पेपर एक्स बाहर हो चुकी है.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Going into the decider, how do we feel about our team matching up on Ascent if you're global esports? Because didn't look
कल आपने पूरे स्पेक्टर देखा. What do you have to say about
totally
Frost
agree with you.
situation?
That's cause for concern. On the other side of things, all gamers, I thought they looked fantastic against Heretics. That was a very
वो हर्ष भाई कल मैंने मूवी देखी.
was great on the Phoenix. I will say though.
कैसी लगी?
अच्छी थी बैंगर थी. कल मैं 2 मूवी देखा एक नहीं.
Only map that they
2 मूवी देखी कल.
हाँ एक देखा फिर खाया फिर मूवी देखा.
2
मूवी पे मूवी नहीं एक थिएटर. हाँ एक ही थिएटर में
6 घंटा एक दिन.
मैं कल मूवी देखा वो आलिया भट्ट वाली मूवी अल्फा.
कैसी लगी?
ठीक ठाक है ब्रो. नॉट बैड. लोग बहुत हेट करते हैं. मेरे को तो ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत ज्यादा यू हो जाते हैं भाई लोग. ठीक ठाक है. इट्स अ डिसेंट मूवी भाई. इट्स अ डिसेंट मूवी. पहला हाफ बहुत क्रिंजी है और सड़ा रहा है पर दूसरा हाफ इज गुड भाई. नॉट बैड नॉट बैड.
भाई
प्लॉट ट्विस्ट वाज आल्सो नॉट बैड.
भाई
was
मेरे
good.
हिसाब से तुम्हें ना वेलकम टू द जंगल देखनी चाहिए थी. वो पसंद आती तुम्हें.
क्यों भाई?
वो देखो एक
ओए हर्ष भाई ये चल रही क्या? ये यार ये अजय देवगन वाली मूवी.
कौन सी? मुझे नहीं पता.
अरे यार धमाल.
कब आ रही है?
धमाल ही है ना नाम. गोलमाल धमाल क्या है?
क्लर्ज भाई
हाँ
तुम्हें कभी कोई ऐसे मूवी में हुआ है कि
क्या?
भाई मुझे है ना ये देखनी है, मुझे उठ के चले जाना है भाई, कोई मेरे आँख पे पट्टी बांध लो भाई, मुझे घर ले चलो, ऐसा हुआ है कभी?
नहीं.
ऐसा रिग्रेट हो रहा है?
नहीं.
मेरे को जिंदगी में एक मूवी में हुआ है.
कौन सी?
वेलकम टू द जंगल.
क्या है वेलकम टू द जंगल?
वेलकम का सीक्वल.
अच्छा स्टार्ट प्रेडिक्शन.
तो मैं नहीं हो रहा था पिक्चर. इतना बीटी ना क्लच भाई, ऐसा बेकार पिक्चर इतना. बीच में तो हो पाता है क्लच भाई कि अरे वाह अच्छा चल रहा पिक्चर, हंसी आ रही है. हंस रहा था मैं खुद के जैसा हंस रहा था बीच में.
उसको वो फनी अच्छी थी और फिर उसके बाद प्लॉट के लिए गंदा कर दिया. ऐसा वाला सीन है ना उसका शायद.
नहीं सिर्फ बीच में 10-15 मिनट में कुत्ते जैसा हंसा उसे.
अच्छा
to get that first seed coming through into Santiago, and he just continues to go to strength as the Russian player on this Chinese squad. But
got it.
There's another man that's played plenty in China. He's going to know his way around playing against all gamers.
हमके कॉल करे बेबी फोनवा उठा.
I thought you were gonna keep going.
ओ इसके साथ साथ कौन सा मैच चल रहा है भाई?
You're just letting me.
I don't know bro, I'm gonna watch only one game today.
हेरेटिक्स उस MIBR चल रहा है.
I thought you crushed it.
Only one game उसके बाद?
We've got the Phoenix.
Just hits him in the face.
It's early.
क्या?
First match.
I literally was like, "There's no way you're giving this to me. This is your boy." But I really.
वो यार Sunday है क्या?
Like because I think this is.
Oh shit, तो फिर मैं भी आज एक ही देख रहा हूँ.
Like to play a lot of the double.
क्यों बे किधर जा रहे हो?
Horror game bro actually.
It's really interesting.
Oh, wow.
Wilton on that. Neon's always going to perform. Autumn on the Phoenix has done a good job. Then on the other side, Kira with that raise, he's been phenomenal so far. For me, Fangir.
वो ये सनसेट में लोग फिनिक्स खेल रहे हैं.
Really good series so far on that chamber. I was kind of looking for that.
Phoenix नहीं होने पर.
Makes a lot of sense because it's so hard to
Yeah,
play
Phoenix
without
is
that real
a
sense.
good agent to
Who's
take him
this
in
shrimp
control.
guy?
Harsh bhai,
Just looking at
prediction,
the
prediction
numbers,
दो.
he was
मैं
the most
बोलता हूँ
impressive
AG wins
of all
one-sided.
gamers. He had plus 11
पहला मैप
overall, but also contributing in the
AG जीतेगा
assists. Seems to be
13-5
very involved
और
in a lot
दूसरा
of the
मैप
fights.
जीतेगा
I'm going to do a
36.
hand movement for you. This won't be on camera, but I want you to. This is what shrimp means.
आ गया, वेट कर रहा था आपका. वेलकम 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 मेरे भाई.
What do you think of that? Puck?
क्लच भाई आप गाना भी बना.
If you stand up
Beside
on the stage
Rescent.
and do that in the direction of the other team,
W
does that
Jinx?
make you upset?
Well, is he like a
हम का काल करे बेबी, फोनवा उठा के काल करे बेबी.
That explains a lot.
सुना आपने?
Yeah.
बैंगर.
Take that information with me as we head to the series.
I've got a 4-year-old. We've been watching a lot of
Bro!
nature stuff. It's awesome. Here's what Global Esports has looked.
तुमने ये गाना नहीं सुना?
Got rid of their coach, but it is a brand
भाई जी
new
सपोर्ट नहीं कर
day.
रहे क्या?
All kinds
नहीं
of
जी दिल
footage
से
to review. The
दिल से कर रहा हूँ
question is, are they
एक्चुअली.
ready
जबान
for
से नहीं सपोर्ट कर
AGL?
रहा. जबान से मैं उनके लिए पनौती हूँ.
And Athena for map number 1.
Yeah, cheers, Pucker. It is the first game here on the B stream. Elimination game between Global Esports and All Gamers. Global getting knocked into the lower bracket by an MIBR who looks like they're on the warpath straight into a top 4 as far as I'm concerned. We'll see how they go in their next game. That'll be
All
on the
right,
A stream.
chat.
And All Gamers
G
quite
versus
frankly, had
AG.
that Heretics game in the bag, but Heretics ever troublesome to try to close out against.
Yeah, it seems like they had a really good understanding of how they wanted to play and the maps, but we're gonna jump right
contact
into
पे
the
flash
action
play
right
होने
away
वाला है,
because
बताओ.
these players, they're contact
Flash
playing
dash play होने
towards
वाला है.
this B main, but there's a
ओहो
trap set up here
जी के लिए
from
बहुत
Global
अच्छा
Esports.
राउंड है ये.
Ready with the curveball, gets the flash down. He gets that on 4 players, but the Cypher cage is
what?
phenomenal. Crystal getting that pick onto Fangir, but Shrimp getting that initial
कितने
one.
लोग लो हुए देखो. वाह कसम किरा लो, श्रिम्प लो,
What would have been a
GRQ लो.
disaster for All Gamers.
फंजीर भाई मर गए मतलब
Slowing
जीत
things
गए
down
अपन.
towards B main.
सबमिट नहीं खेलेगा इसमें कोई नहीं, इसमें सबमिट नहीं.
Concerned that there is going to be some pressure towards A, looking to play.
ये प्लेयर चैट फैंगियर को मारे जीत जाएंगे गेम.
All Gamers trying to cause a little bit of reaction or a rotation for Global.
Feels like these teams at a standstill. GE
तीनों
gonna try
बैठे
to
हुए हैं.
progress, get
जीरो
some
टर्न यहाँ पे क्लियर
information,
करने.
at
नेवर
least
माइंड नहीं जा
get
रहा,
a
नहीं जा रहा.
numbers advantage, but they choose
भाई
not
एजी
to
मैप के
go.
किसी और
Udo
कोने में
gonna
आवाज
play.
नहीं की, कोई यूटिल नहीं डाली. जी कंफ्यूज्ड है.
All the way back. That smoke is going to come in. The execute's going to
तीन लोग
start.
भी.
Udo,
Nice
the
shot,
pick
Udo
onto
Dan.
GRQ. And all of a sudden, the numbers are down.
क्या
Here,
बात है,
Kira just
beautiful
getting spammed
recon.
down by Crystal. The fast flood is already here for Global Esports, pushing into that
Shot,
smoke.
bhai.
But Udo gets that pick, and Shrimp left in a 1v4.
Not much to do. At least one exit on the way out. 30 HP and nothing left in the ghost
अभी को
here.
कनेक्ट हुई थी
Reload
गोली.
comes out, but he's pinned into the corner by all of GE, and with only 12 seconds on the clock, it feels like a matter of
Anti,
time
bro,
here.
anti.
Harvey will put him down. And it's a
Shrimp
great
को कैसे
pistol for
भूल गए?
Global Esports. I felt like they had a good read early on that they
किरा है
didn't take
भाई.
full advantage
किरा
of.
और
And
जीआरक्यू
then in the
मारे लास्ट
mid-rounds,
मैच में तो
I
इनके.
think there's a big
ये लोग किससे आ रहे हैं चैट?
in,
ओए एजी
I
किससे आ
guess
रही है?
decision trees or pathways
Yeah.
that we're going to head down. If Yudatan
Heretics.
chooses to push B main there, that's probably just the round over, but his patience is very
भाई
much
सब
rewarded.
लोग उधर स्टंट थे,
I
मेरे को लगा
love
उधर ही
that
गेम खत्म हो
Cypher
जाएगा.
cage right there.
ये अच्छा था
So
भाई.
nice to prevent, but Udo just getting away
Heretics
with
से आ
so
रहे.
many of these free picks. walking
Gotcha,
through those
gotcha.
smokes, trying to prevent and slow down.
Heretics तो अच्छी टीम है
We'll
यार.
go back to another trap play here from Global Esports, but this time they're gambling that wrong site. That's information going to be had really quick, while the whole
वो
rest of the
ईडीजी का भी
roster
तो
may be
क्वालिफिकेशन
on the
गेम
side of B.
सॉरी
Well tapped.
बाहर जाने वाला
Out
गेम
some
होना
kind
चाहिए
of
ना
trap. They
ईडीजी का.
just had to deal with one in
कि ईडीजी
round
बाहर चले
previous.
गए ऑलरेडी.
Build himself closer to a showstopper here. Crystal looking for some toes. No one crossing mid just yet.
Looking for some dogs
Yeah?
Dogs,
Good
dog.
running towards
You
that
know, many
ace.
cycle
Biggest
players
ईडीजी
are
और
toe
दे-
enthusiasts.
No, I'm not going on this train.
पेपरएक्स
Okay.
को मार
They
पड़ी है
have a
भाई
nice
कल.
little setup
डिप्रेशन में
towards
पेपरएक्स वाले डिप्रेशन में.
A-Main. That Marshall gonna be
ईडीजी
able
का
to spot
क्वालिफिकेशन गेम है.
contact here. Fangir running
ये
right into it.
qualification game
Actually
कैसे हो
whiffs the
सकता है?
shot. Udo tries to get another one. Peeks through those double walls.
EDG
Patman
हार
stuck on this corner.
अच्छा,
GRQ
हाँ.
has a feeling, but Autumn is
Qualification
there
नहीं
to
होगा ना
support
EDG
him.
का.
Patman with a pick onto Shrimp.
पहला गेम
And all
हारे
of a
थे वो
sudden
लोग.
It looks like all gamers are not
Nice
getting any
pistol.
of these picks that they're trying to. Pushing
ईडीजी का
forward
किसके
with
साथ होगा?
confidence
किसके
from
लूजर के साथ
Udo.
होगा ईडीजी का गेम?
Yep, that's a little bit more like it for Global Esports. Despite some shaky stuff on the Marshall,
ओए चैट.
still able to clean up all gamers relatively easily. Haven't had too much of a contest just yet. This sunset pick for Global Esports is really going to test the limits of all gamers map pool. Nothing really too exciting coming out compositionally from
BBL के साथ होगा मतलब वापस same game.
Double duelist off with a slight difference in the
Bro.
choice. There are pros and cons to both. The Phoenix very strong in this meta, but Raze is a classic on this map.
I think too, when I'm looking at Shrimp, his util's been so phenomenal. I really like the idea of having a lot of those C's, nades,
पहला buy round AG के लिए.
towards their defense side when they do switch over here for AG. But gun round on lock. Trapped towards mid, running out of market.
Wow,
It's Javi,
beautiful,
that's the
yaar.
peek on to buy, and all of a sudden this round has kind of fallen apart for AG. We need to do something with these weapons.
Now one trade back
थोड़ा
from
प्यारा
Kira. That
निकल
was
के
just
मार
such
के
a
गया अभी पे.
perfect curveball paranoia with the
बढ़िया
wall for the
opening मिल गई
scan
थी.
to open up an early pick for
वो
Global
door close नहीं
Esports.
कर
They're
रहा.
not done just yet. Dark cover
Still
towards
going
bottom
mid,
middle.
bhai.
Harvey going to take matters into his own hands, just trying to slip on through here. Fangir somewhat cognizant of this, but the timing is not good for him, and that's
nice,
an opening
Harvey.
pick here yet again in the mid-round for Harvey, who continues to push the issue, confirms that all
Nice
gamers
यार,
are
3v3
outside
करके
of A.
दिया है Harvey.
TP away here.
Crystal के पास गन है.
They're looking to meet
Yurdan को
Kira
एक-एक shot
towards
चिपकाना है
that
बस.
B side of the map, but Crystal
They're
has
not
got
going
a
A.
gorgeous deep cam
आराम
and
से
a
खेल
one-way if this
सकता है.
push comes in. And I think all gamers may struggle to get into the site here if Crystal is well positioned.
Yep. Patman towards that A site. He has a Prowler too, and that Haunt is back up for him to scan, get the info. But they don't really care because that weak side.
Wow,
Cypher
Crystal भाई एकदम
fully
यूरोटन
set
जैसे
up
दिख रहे हो
here,
आप.
Like you said, the execute's going to come in. The nade to try to break any of those close trips. Prowler comes
Gino
in,
का
doesn't
info.
get anyone. They're giving up that site and planning to play retake. They have a lot of really good retake util on Patman with the fade out.
यूरोटन के पास देखो कितना util है.
And that fade eye.
We smoke onto market side here for all gamers. Patman applying pressure for the flank. GRQ breaking through onto Udotan. That is a lot of entry power. Not really going to be having too much impact anymore.
Crystal
Alfangle's looking
CT से
pretty
ही आ
good for
रहा है
Kira on
यार.
the other side of this one. Should be able to pick
NT
up Crystal if
दोस्तों.
he goes unchecked. Nice little high-low on the other side of things. Isn't even needed. An easy one for
कोई बात नहीं,
Shrimp.
कोई बात नहीं.
All gamers, it was getting a little bit sweaty, but it looks like they are well and truly on top of this one.
वो महंगा कर दिया राउंड
Will
पे.
run regardless, maybe not in clean as a fashion
उनका
as they would
buy
have
round
liked
है
to,
ये.
losing Kira there on spawn side. But Global Esports still well and truly in on this one. Look how much economy they have. They will concede this round, but really it's looking to be death by 1,000 cuts if possible. All gamers will celebrate that one, but I think it might be a little
अच्छा
early
राउंड,
at this
अच्छा
point,
bonus
honestly.
राउंड पे.
Yeah, 3 weapons
very good
down.
bonus,
That's a
bro.
little bit too expensive. We're going to have, at best, that light armor coming online for the rest of all gamers. But seems like they're both doing really good jobs at being proactive. I feel like for me, GE, they're really surprising me with their defense rounds right now. Using a lot of
You
trap
haven't seen
plays,
them win
being
many rounds, have you? Wow. These guys are
What
quite
was it,
good.
5 total? 5 total versus MIBR?
They are so much better than that series, I have to be honest.
जी का नया कोच कौन है? प्लेटून भाई.
Over on towards this B line.
प्लेटून भाई प्रमोट हुए हेड कोच में.
Bit more of a spread approach from all gamers to start this one off. Tapping away, looking to try to take out any cans or early haunts. Dark cover in towards middle. Udotan has been established on this info line. Hand in hand
Udotan
with
को
Autumn, who will
forward
probably
मिल
try to
चुका आराम
continue to
से.
build his run it back.
भाई वो एक वन वे पे खेल रहा है ना अकेला.
Default here
ये लोग
for
अगर
all
वापस ए
gamers.
हिट करने का ट्राई करेंगे यूरोटन को क्लियर करके
And
तो.
towards A, that paranoia in the hands of GRQ. The Prowler actually catching onto that op. That's a really good pushback. Fangir using those walls to make sure they're getting that
Elbow
space,
पे up
but
लगा रहा है.
still not entering towarrs elbow, trying to ping pong towards
सिर्फ
that
एमेन लिए.
lane where Kira's
सिर्फ
trying to
एमेन
apply
लिए.
some
और अब
pressure
बी
here.
फेक होगा एक.
Yep. It's a classic kind of skirmishy approach. Deny information to the defense and look for a reaction elsewhere. Had both Bai and Kira ready for the regression into B main if that was what was going to be on the cards. But as it stands, Autumn has retaken this A info line very nicely. And the rotation's already
पॉसिबल
coming in for
बट
GE as
क्या
all
बोलते हैं
gamers prep
पैसिफिक की
themselves
बहुत
for the
सारी
B
टीम्स है
execute.
जो अच्छे रोस्टर मूव्स करके आगे निकल
But
जाएगी
it's
देखना.
okay. They're grouped up. But 3 players here on the side of GE already.
Tens
outside.
angle?
The Prowler's going to come in. The dash out. So much movement. The Haunt's going to
Arey,
scan.
Crystal.
But no one's connecting. Shots
Awesome.
here. Getting the pick onto
Boy,
Crystal.
Kira
And
gets 2.
Udo does 2 for him. And now all of a sudden that default, that defense has fallen apart for these players. Running out of smoke is Javi, not able to get anything. Patman and Autumn now all of a sudden left in that 2v5.
Fangir wants to do it.
फैंगियर को देखो
Very
स्मोक
low on
में
HP.
1 एचपी में बैठा है
Clean
कोने
round
में.
here as all gamers, and they're all still kind of
Saving
trapped
करो,
inside of the
saving.
side. Global Esports very much playing for exits
राउंड
at
तो
this
गया.
point. Up picked up by Kira.
जो हगास हो जाए क्रिस्टल भाई ने.
GRQ barely clinging to life, and they're going to choose the path of least resistance, pushing over here in towards defense spawn. That's going to be fantastic for them to establish a foothold in this game of Sunset. Should be 5 alive at the end of this one, unless they run into Patman.
भाई flawless निकाले बे
Both
chat.
teams definitely have done a lot
Flawless
of work.
round like
Which one
this.
would you choose?
That's crazy.
This is my favorite thing to do.
Which one?
Oh, it's too late.
I didn't look.
We're already past.
The umbrellas?
No, they were dresses.
Oh, what colors were they?
There was like a wedding dress. There was like a little pink number, you know.
Give me the pink.
Oh, man. Honestly, that round for GE, I felt like they were in all the right
Yeah.
positions and it just was not clean enough.
yeah,
like
they're
that was just
macro.
an awkward little exchange. Kira runs into the site and very easily
Time out.
gets a little double entry.
देखते हैं हमारा कोच भाई कितना मदद करता
You're
है.
attacking into the strong side. The
नए
op
कोच
and
भाई
the
देखते क्या
sidebar
करता है.
are both on that side that AG are attacking into. Like you have everything you need to hold there as GE and you get absolutely nothing done.
Yeah, that's
Shiva
crazy.
करते
Just
इनको
none of the
reclaim नहीं
shots were
करते.
connecting. They were trying to play around those smokes.
वाह,
but
हगा
just
था वहाँ पे
couldn't
crystal
find
round,
anything.
हाँ?
And I think now this timeout for GE
वो
actually
कल हर्ष भाई
showing
फ्रांस को
to
गेम
all
देखी क्या?
gamers that that was a round that they
भाई वो
knew that they
पैरुग्वे
should
वाले
have
ना
won
यड़
as
भगा
well.
रहे थे क्लच
Knowing
भाई
that they were
हाँ ना
set, they
बे.
were trying to talk about their
अच्छा खेल
boss
रहे थे,
stars,
माँ
or at
कसम.
least make sure they're
नहीं,
cleaning
अच्छा
up
नहीं
their
खेल रहे थे वो
setups.
लोग.
Because like you said, that
क्या
macro
बात
on
कर
that
रहे हो भाई?
defensive
इतना तो
round
बढ़िया
was
निकाल रहे थे
really,
यार.
really good.
मैंने एक
Almost
half देखा है.
perfect, I would say, just up until that
नहीं खेले
execute.
अच्छा.
So maybe talking about maybe the utility.
Last
they were
Prediction
में तो
लगा
भाई वो लोग
लगाया मैंने
बहुत
kick पे.
disrespect
to
कर रहे थे.
separate, to isolate, or why they just weren't
Disrespect
playing.
करते
I
मतलब?
mean, yeah.
मतलब
You
ऐसा
would have
धक्का विक्का मार रहे थे
ideally,
बेमतलब
especially
का
with the
बाप
Omen in
पे
on
को
the
champion
rotation,
भी ले
like
रहे
a
थे.
nice paranoia
आगे
timing
के
through
लिए
the
रास्ता
side that
clear
the
कर
players
रहे
were able
थे.
to play off.
ओए तो
Or the op to be able to
तो
cleanly try
क्या
to
बोलते
find an
हैं,
opening pick.
इसका
I'm not
मतलब
even
अब
sure I
फ्रांस
heard an
क्वार्टर
off
फाइनल
shot,
पहुंच
quite
गई ना?
honestly,
Yep.
and it felt like Krista was just on a bit of an awkward angle. Regardless, all gamers will take full
Hi,
advantage of
Salve.
that. A very, very nice follow-up despite not a great start. It feels like they are in full control now. GE
पहले खेलते हुए
getting a
सिल्वर
little
3
bit of a mid-walk
किया.
going
अच्छा
on. We'll see how all
अच्छा है.
gamers deal with this.
The op on by.
G hit. No,
Good
no
spot
hate
to
watch
be
भाई.
in. Holding for this pick. Padman
Still there on
about to
eco,
keep
bro.
that
Alexa,
down in.
turn off the
Gets
fan.
pick
Shot by.
Here. Putting in the work. But this
Bro,
whole
इनका
time,
बाय की
Javi,
प्लेयर
he's
हो गया है हाँ आजकल.
all the way down that mid. Bai is not falling for it though, playing really
Oh, yeah,
passive.
quality थोड़ी सी
Everyone on
हगास
the
सी नहीं
gamers,
लग
they're
रही.
not giving up that numbers advantage now, knowing that GE have been so proactive in pushing and taking contact.
There's even been a ping on Harvey's line here. GRQ very convinced that there could be somebody peeking in from this angle. The spacing is excellent from all gamers. Stinger can only get so much done, let's be honest, and I saw it in the player cam.
Harvey भाई को
A
मैं
lapse of
cam में मरते हुए देखा भाई.
concentration for just a second on Harvey. Just things seems like GE are not quite focused enough here in the opening parts of this game. Need to switch on a little bit more. All gamers just a slow offense. Very safe on the anti-eco, but they will be heading towards the strong side with Crystal and Autumn in tow.
Autumn's going to be a big player here. That Prowler is going to catch him off guard, though. Shrimp
Shot,
immediately shut down Crystal.
Autumn.
2 kills for Autumn.
अरे यार.
Is shut down.
Almost
by Shrimp,
निकाल
but
के
now
गया था
Leo
Autumn,
just
हाँ?
running. They're going to hear that.
जिस हिसाब
turning
से वो
around
move
this fan
किया.
here with that op, gets the pick.
अरे ये प्लेयर कैम ये लोग प्लेयर कैम फिक्स करेंगे क्या?
For all gamers.
Yeah,
2
very
दिन हो गया
simple,
भाई.
Very structured.
अभी
but
एक मार देता ना round
sometimes
का.
those are the best rounds. Don't need to do anything fancy as all gamers. Just hold the angles and
क्या तुम
give
करो
them
भाई?
enough
मैं
work to
कर रहा
hang
दोस्त
themselves
पे.
with. Economy is very, very good on this attacking side now. It's up to GE now that
हर्ष भाई
they've
के पास ज्यादा
started
अच्छा
to get
GPU
mix,
है.
especially courtesy of that multi-frag from Autumn to show some better rounds, taking the time out in towards the round previous.
हाय
wouldn't have been their
दर्द.
focus. Now we need to start to see the adjustments coming in.
हमको कॉल कर
Fun round
बेबी.
here for both teams. The ults online. 3 of them
One
towards the side of Global Esports. But they're not playing too aggressive just yet. Keeping that elbow control on that A main. Fangir with this operator just trying to find a pick. Shoots at the lever because he thought it was a gun. Honestly, I would do that same thing.
कहाँ भर दिया भाई?
Well, doesn't elapse in too much. Got a ball out on the line. Udatan dealing with the trip, just spamming away. That's a little bit of a win for GE here.
भाई जी अपना मैक्रो गेम बहुत अच्छा खेल रही
taking
है.
their time, spreading the map,
देखो.
and looking for a pick. It's eyes on Kira and Fangir v Udatan, who is all on his
Shot,
feet.
bro.
Cover almost creates an opportunity for Udatan to take advantage of, but as has been the case all of these rounds,
वो
it's
लोग
just
still
not
रुके हुए
भाई
हैं
वो
हाँ.
वन वे में नहीं मार पाया
That
उसको.
sucks. 9 HP on Fangir. He got the
Nah, bro.
dink through
It's
the
over.
wall, through that
It's over,
box,
bro.
but it just wasn't enough.
3 मिनट
And
खेलने
now
आ गए
just
सारे भी
regrouping.
है.
All gamers, they've been
वो
so good
किरा
at
पे
knowing
shrimp पे
how to end here. That
This round is
Cypher,
over,
though,
bro.
fully set up on site. They do have this Prowler to break a lot of those. The nades coming in, the wall's in, a full execute. The rocket is popped from Kira. He's
Good
going to be able to
eye.
get one fully blinded. GRQ with a pick onto Crystal as well. And a 2v5. This is so rough for global esports.
I mean, all gamers are just rolling these sites. Similar to what we saw against Heretics, they were pretty effortlessly able to work their way through the map. Let's run on into these sites on Lotus in particular and find man advantage. Just saw the same thing on Ascent.
वापस सेव पे जाना पड़ेगा भाई.
This squad straight out of
कसम यार.
VCTCN.
लेकिन एजी नो वे एजी अच्छी खेल रही है यार. हेरेटिक्स को उन लोग ने ये बीटी दिया.
शॉट हो रहा है यार.
नहीं भाई, ये लोग ने हेरेटिक्स को बीटी दिया, मतलब ये लोग अच्छा तो खेलेंगे यार हर्ष भाई.
4 ults online though.
थर्ड मैप गया था
मालूम.
हाँ वही तो बोल रहा हूँ.
Just getting a nice little exit there.
भाई अंजीर भाई मारते.
Patman holding.
अंजीर भाई अगर मारना चालू कर दिए तो गेम खत्म है.
They're going to be a little bit broke, but they
अरे
have
मारा
a lot
तो
of
कल
these winning
क्रिस्टल भाई,
conditions.
क्रिस्टल
I'm
बोल रहा
curious
हूँ,
if
नरेड भाई ने.
do some sort of play with that Neon up, pushing aggressive, maybe taking a lot of that space, but they have to be
शॉट कर दिए बे पेपर एक्स का.
They need to find that first and just make sure they're
ये
not
हार गई
pushing
तब तो
into it.
जीजीए
Because
टूर्नामेंट में
they've been
जीता.
punished by that
नहीं
now.
अच्छी
2
टीम है
rounds in a row
भाई.
by in mid Udo on that A main. They're just getting those
We are
initial
back
peaks,
where
and
we
they're
ended
into
20.
them almost every single time.
Yeah, it's a painfully slow offense for all gamers, like nails on a chalkboard, but sometimes
If I'm not wrong bro, AG वही टीम है जिन्होंने सेंट्रल्स को भी बाहर किया था, by the way.
Concentration a little bit.
Sentinels को.
The other team had their
Yeah, I
heads
guess
screwed on
bro,
nicely.
I guess.
And then they're coming in
किसी
with
तो
full
बड़ी टीम को
confidence,
इन्होंने
and all
बाहर
it
किया
takes
था
is a
चैंप्स
mistake
में.
or two from GE, and things can kind of fall apart. Now we're going to get yet another fight over this A side of the map curve, rather the Molly and the Prowler in combination with the one-way will again secure the one-way.
हाँ तो एक रेज नेट भी डिनाई कर सकता है वो.
By Udatan, as there are a couple of rifles kept over from the previous round. So once again, a winnable round for GE.
Yeah.
And another, as I said, painfully slow round for all gamers.
Setting up Udo once again towards A main.
चैंप्स में तो खेले ही नहीं है जी
Figure out why this
कभी.
kick off
में तो ये नहीं खेले.
for Util as well, trying to delay for as long as possible. They
M8
have
को
2
था.
players already set
ओ
up
हाँ
on their
M8
site.
को था, M8 को बाहर करे थे वो.
And the up down, the high low, top mid here. Patman
Correct,
and
correct.
Autumn, they're
XLG
just
थी
holding, trying to get a pick. Udo gets
XLG
spotted
से
out
इनको
by
बाहर कर दी.
Fangir and
ये लोग
didn't
भाई लोग
actually
एक जैसे ही
execute.
दिखते हैं ना मेरे को सारे के सारे.
W.
Just
आज
punishing
XLG
those
G2 को बाहर करेंगे, देखो शॉट बे.
positions that you're often playing. Patman will go down as well. That's
Oh,
one of the
almost
vandals
एक
that you want
second
to have
पे.
in play.
Alt खींचा Autumn.
on his cape here. Run up
Autumn
back active,
Patman
but
जैसा
it's
कि अच्छा
complete
Autumn
disengage from
Patman
all
है.
gamers.
Now they're running back towards that mid. Not going to fully execute yet. They're grouping B, but again, the Cypher util here, but why not? It's worked for them almost every single round. That one-way cage is going to go up. It's going to get blocked by Vi's cage. The Nightmare going on.
Shot,
Fangir
babe.
getting his 3 kills. Kira is dropped by Crystal. 2v4 all of a sudden. They're trying to push this back side.
Shot
Crystal
Crystal.
punishes them. Autumn's there to trade,
अच्छा
but
मुंह
isn't
पे
able to get
देख
anything.
के उसको
Yeah,
मुंह पे
fighting
ये
over
किया
all
है हाँ.
gamers. This is looking a little bit too
मुंह पे
easy.
देख के दिया उसको.
And I'm getting concerned about global
सुपर
esports,
स्ट्राइक
especially
सजेस्ट
because
सुपर स्ट्राइक लो
of
मेरे
what
भाई.
we saw in their opening game. Feels like Groundhog Day here.
By the way, this
from
is
one of the
G's
hopeful
map pick.
teams out of Pacific.
Yep.
Fangir, I feel like on the operator has done such a good job. I think he's one of the main players I was looking at when I was watching them play against Heretics. On his chamber,
Will
getting
this
a lot
be
of those
the
opening
last
picks
TWC of
is
GE?
really nice to see, and so I'm kind
क्यों
of
भाई?
worried here for GE
Oh,
as
हाँ.
well in the sense of them
Oh, हाँ.
not being able to
Of
push back
course.
that operator, constantly getting punished by it. Udo,
क्योंकि
he's falling
बाद
for that
क्योंकि
same
इसके बाद तो
thing.
उनका नाम
2
G
rounds
से
in a row, make it 3 almost. And it's
उनका
just
नाम
really hard for me to
RNTXG हो जाएगा.
understand how
RNG.
they can adapt
हाँ?
instead of adapting
Rangi.
by not
Rangin.
playing there anymore. They've pushed all the way up towards A main.
Yep, both of the
GRN.
duelists on the front
Get
foot
in.
here. Camera spotted out by Fangir, who was looking a bit towards the main.
RNG.
GRQ trying to disengage there with the paranoia, and Autumn will lose his life.
Revenant global
Trap
global
setups were
Revenant.
working for GE,
Ah.
but now
वही तो हर्ष
just
भाई
fall
Revenant
into this trap
टीम
of
एक्सपार्क और G
overstepping
तीनों साथ में.
themselves almost.
हाँ
Another
ना?
pick down. Making
माँ
it
कसम.
4v5 here, and all gamers, they're just gonna
What in the
sit.
WWE
They
faction?
know the re-aggression is coming, but it's on the side of B.
My
Breaking
episode.
that, it's going to be a little bit more of information here for all gamers, and they're trying to end towards the safe site. But they kind of have a good setup here, GE. Maybe this is the round that they can win.
Overdrive on in. One player on the lurk here for all gamers, if he's even needed. Patman.
Track
alone
करने
on
गया
the
था.
side now as the TP's
A
coming
shot,
in. From
shot
the other side of
Patman.
things. Big 3K for Patman.
अबे यार क्या लर्क किया
Flanking
बे.
up through top middle, catches the Omen off guard, who was looking for an off angle over the spawn smoke. Plant going down.
1v2 for Crystal.
Crystal.
जीतता है Crystal ये सब.
Short. All gamers just trusting the buddy system
दोनों
over
साथ में
towards
खेल रहे हैं.
elbow. Walking together. There is a neural theft, but Crystal isn't using it. There are bodies over on short that he could have potentially thrown that on top of, but the hat is still well and truly on. Needs to tap the spike here, try to bait out a peek. But he's going to try to go a little bit more aggressive. Jiggled out on elbow side. All Gamers well aware of his position now. He doesn't know they're doubled up just yet. And this feels hopeless. All Gamers just playing this so well. They make a critical mistake and Crystal capitalizes. A third round out of nowhere for GE.
Bro, ये यूरोटान का फिश बम देख के लगा मेरे को कि वो लोग हार गए राउंड.
That was crazy.
Bro,
I was really concerned when I saw Udo all of a sudden move out of that A-link and stand in the open. He got punished right away. But Batman
Nice round, right?
smokes that 3K was really insane to watch here. That positioning a little bit suspicious, but Batman
Wait, Crystal?
able to get 3
Crystal
goes
था
for
क्या?
that 4th.
हाँ वो क्रिस्टल था.
3K by Crystal.
अरे
Those are the kind of heroics that saved them. But again, they were set up somewhat good. They played really aggressive though towards that A main. Got punished once again. So
Nice,
they
yaar,
switched
good
it up
round.
this time. And finally,
Much needed, chat, much needed.
right off the bat and leaving that A main alone. Maybe setting
अभी
up
बड़ा हाफ दे देते
to
नहीं तो
Util
इनको.
to fake that pressure.
He's dodged. In comes the Util. All Gamers always ready
फ्लड
for
कर रहे
it.
हैं वो लोग को फाइट वापस.
Reaction
गुड
from them is
नेड.
looking pretty good here. Uditan under pressure. Autumn caught in the corner, just trying to keep himself alive with the curveball.
Bro,
and
cams
it's a
क्या mess up
disengage,
करते हैं ये
but
लोग.
It's an expensive little exchange for GE there that I'm not sure they necessarily got what they bargained for. Yes, they've secured control of B main, and they are repositioning. So if they can try to go for a mid walk or a mid
चार
push
लोग
later on in the round that
शूटिंग
works
आने
out for
वाले
them,
हैं.
then maybe that'll be good. But as it stands, they're just
अकेला
splitting them
autumn
up
है.
here and resetting.
Shrimp
ऑटम नहीं
using
क्रिस्टल
that
सॉरी
power to
अकेला
clear
क्रिस्टल
all
है
of
भी
B
ए
main.
पे.
He knows no one's still set up
साला एक
close,
तो
so
अलग अलग प्लेयर साइफर
everyone's
खेलते हैं
gonna
अलग
slow
अलग प्लेयर
down
कुछ
once
भलते
again
एजेंट
because
खेलते
they're
रहते हैं.
waiting for some sort of information.
एक
It
अकेले
feels like
ट्रैप पे है
GE
यार,
is
एक
giving
ट्रैप
it to
मिड
them
रहता है.
every single time the contact plays, but going towards this elbow here on that A site, they're going to be spotted.
Yep, camera from
सिर्फ
Crystal
cam
will
तोड़े.
confirm that all gamers are inside of elbow. Patman is on shore. That's a nice angle for the Nightfall. The cage giving all gamers pause for thought as Uditan has made it up over onto the side. Kira from up on high
Nice
has
bounce.
a little bit of an off angle. Fangir low on HP. He's already lost his life on the way in. And
Recon
will you
sees
pull the
it.
trigger on the Nightfall as GE here. All gamers are trying
Nice
to
one,
make it out.
Uditan.
Another kill for Uditan. In goes the overdrive and the Nightfall. This is looking like all gamers are getting torn apart here. Great rotations from GE.
Nice
They
round,
are
right?
all over that one.
That was really nice. The flood retake, all the util being sent just to lane for as long as possible. And that's what they're missing when that cypher is set up towards
Bro, that's
that
kinda
B
racist,
site.
no?
That was really well done. The delay, the cage.
जी,
timing
इंडिया की
after
टीम है तो
that
उनको
camera
face cam
was
इधर-उधर
broken
कर देंगे,
towards
ऐसा?
elbow, just making them slow down a lot. That's what I like to see from Global Esports. This right here, all that util, they're so low now.
अबे
after
हर्ष
this,
भाई
and
रोज एक ही फेस
trying to
कैम
go
सही
for
रहता
as
है
many
एक
as
टीम
you
का ही
can, it
हमेशा.
just doesn't work out. I think now we're seeing GE play just a
एक ही टीम का सही रहता है
more
face cam.
passive. The disengage after getting that B main info.
तो शायद जो
was
वो
really
साइड बैठते
important
उनका ही
for
सही
them.
रहता
Said they used a lot of their util, and they did, but they still had that retake plan.
All gamers simplifying this one. A 1-4 with the Cypher on the lurk. Gonna creep up into a B site that is ripe for the picking. GE, both Harvey and Autumn, playing on spawn side for the retake. Checking for the cam is Fangir.
अल्ट कितनी है इनके
to
पास
clear out
लोड हो
all
रही है
the front
सारी कोई भी
side.
अल्ट नहीं
Pretty
है.
silent approach here.
गुड फ्लैश.
Harvey though, dumping out the paranoia. Fast lane to try to disengage. One return back from all gamers.
They
who are
don't
looking
know
to try
Kira
to
is
keep
on
Kira
site.
alive. I'm not sure that GE are going to check him on the site, quite honestly. I think GE think that all gamers
Shit.
have been kind of shooed away in
Shot.
towards B main, and that is unfortunately not the case. Kira gets the opener
Nice
from side,
Autumn.
swings out on backside,
Beautiful
goes decently
trade.
for GE, but they're still in a little bit of trouble.
Beautiful
here.
Uditan.
Uditan having some impact, but all gamers
1v2
trading out effectively
और 1v2
enough here. Should be able to get themselves into a post.
होता है क्रिस्टल भाई.
They're getting 2 from that position on site after being deposited is actually kind of criminal. The first, yes, element of surprise, but that second he was scanned and everyone knew
वापस
where he
दोनों
was,
साथ में खेल
still
रहे हैं.
not able to pick him off. And now that spike plant going down gets the rocket online, and GRQ just peeks Crystal.
6-4 here.
कल भाई फ्रॉस्ट तो एफएस में चले गया. अब जी का कोच कौन है? मैं हूं.
It felt like they just got into B pretty much for free. And the thing that I'm really impressed with, I mean, their macro is fantastic. I think the macro has been decent from GE, quite honestly, in a lot of these rounds. But they are so good at exactly what you need to be good at on Sunset. You were kind of talking about the breach
क्रिस्टल
meta.
के फेस कैम में
Trading
यूरोडान क्यों कर रहा है?
utility on
अभी
this
तक
map
तुम
is
लोग
everything.
कंफ्यूज थे.
All of the
एक्चुअली उसका ही नाम
reactive
क्रिस्टल
utility
है.
that's quick, that can be used in these
Big
bursts,
video
that
edit
can be used to kind of
today.
bully map control. If you're really good in these kind of
Let's see,
mid-round
bro.
situations where one team's
Let's see
dumping a relay
tonight.
bolt or a paranoia on you and you respond with the perfect utility, that is exactly what you need to see. In going the rocket, that should be Crystal going down. No side.
Nice Batman, nice Batman. और ये recording.
That's good for 3. And now it's just the rest of
इसको
GE
convert हो सकता है.
This was actually just a thrifty too for GE, using those hero weapons to try to get as many as they can. Kira getting a pick onto Javi.
Kira shoot कर रहा है.
Allowing them to even go for that retake. The Cypher trip is gonna delay Autumn from being able to go for a fast flank. Udo also unable to shoot that. Roomba and now 3 players alive for AG. They know where all these players are. As the flash coming in, Shrimp just turns it though. And Udo trying to go for one, playing ring around the rosy, but isn't able to get it.
Yeah, jump scared multiple times that round, Udatan, unfortunately. And another round for all gamers. This sunset pick is turning out not to be what GE bargained for.
But तुमने Watchparty
really nice
वो चलो
change of
खैर.
pace here as well for all gamers. Even though they knew that they could have been on a thrifty, they still took it fast, and I really liked it. A little bit scary though towards
Right
Elbow.
now,
Gotta
Helix,
make sure
bro.
you clear your corners there.
Helix
Almost
clean
good
है.
for 3.
Helix Phantom clean है माँ कसम.
7-4 here. Shrimp on the top of that scoreboard. He's one of those players we talked about. His initiator.
Nice यार, still not a bad half. जिस हिसाब से start किया था और जिस हिसाब से डगमगाए बीच में.
And a mid default here.
Still not a bad half.
These teams. Autumn pushed down.
Big mid walk. It's looking like really good timing here for Autumn. GRQ will go down for free. Purple onto bottom middle, pushes by away. He's under a lot of pressure. They're dumping everything on him, the kitchen sink included. Autumn's found Fangir in the meantime. And forward with the proud dives in Udatan. This is all the way of GE. Shrimp didn't even use half his util. He's fighting hard for it. But I'm not sure he's ready for the third man. And GE will scrape together a fifth at the end of that half. I mean, full credit to all gamers. They were so good at punishing the aggression all half long, but GE finally caught them.
Yeah, that walk down mid, Javi, really good timing.
Rico has been replaced by Helix, I guess, currently.
From a main, all gamers, they just found someone.
हर्ष भाई मेरे किक चैट में किसी ने AG के ऊपर एक हाफ में 10 पॉइंट लगाए थे बस.
A lot about the defensive macro from GE, but I think
वो बंदा करोड़पति बन गया आज.
Gamers, they really shined on their defensive side against Heretics.
सब लोग को लगा पिस्टल जीतने के बाद कि GE
Pretty
जीतेगी.
sure they didn't get a single defensive
Shit भाई.
on Lotus.
मैं लूट गया आज भाई.
We
मैं लूट
don't
गया.
talk about that map. We talk about the other 2 maps where their defense was really good. Yes, exactly.
Look, it was an interesting attacking side for all gamers. Nothing sexy, nothing too exciting, but very effective Valorant.
I find Valorant so sexy. All the time.
What team has the sexiest Valorant?
No team.
No team? Not MIBR?
Harbor is the sexiest agent, though.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Bro, what?
I mean, I can see why you're in full support of Marta now. That makes a lot of sense. We followed that argument to its logical conclusion, and now we can move on with the broadcast.
Yeah, true. That's.
And we're gonna get fired. That's crazy.
Okay. I mean, every day I wake up and I think, oh, today could be the day.
Harbor mentioned.
All gamers, they are definitely earning their paycheck here, though. Could have already been through into the progression match in this group, but Heretics were
international tournament, by the way.
Yeah.
Now here's a game that I think, based on the opening
Yeah,
games
Harbor
of
is
these
so
two
sexy.
teams,
Harbor is the sexiest agent. The people who play Harbor sexy, very sexy.
Out of 5-7 half, still really anyone's game.
Yeah, and I think I'm actually
Not
genuinely
you, bro,
surprised so
honestly.
far by GE because obviously in their performance by MIBR, they had the 5
Actually,
rounds
बात
total,
official हुई
which they've
क्या?
gotten just in this one half of
That's
it.
the last time, by the way.
नहीं भाई,
We
नहीं
do not say
official
that
नहीं.
again.
And I
I'm
think
going to get in trouble. And
I think they're actually doing really well. Like you said, their macro on that defense was really nice. Their rotates made a lot of sense. It felt like a lot of the small things were just little adaptation, making sure they're not overextending on their aggressive peaks. They changed their defensive setup a couple times. They changed it up, and it worked out for their favor. And
Now
of
let's
course,
farm those
back to
orbs
that
on Phoenix.
reaggression when they know that
Get that
they
attack rounds,
are
chat.
least expecting it. But Pistol for the second half now.
yeah, still anyone's game. It's not going to decide the game or anything, but it's always a feel-good moment. Global Esports back onto that attacking side. This is where Harvey, who's had a rough game so far, needs to be worth his weight in gold. Pangit, that's a nice opener onto Crystal. The Cypher, you would like them to activate a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later rather, maybe when the site has been taken and you've kind of played out some of the rotations. Bit of hubris from Crystal that doesn't work out for him.
Playing full retake here. All gamers.
The fighting market, nice.
Trying to get one.
Nice.
All the way off. Market is fully open for the taken Kira. He sped up onto site though, taking all of that site. And GE, they're gonna speed up.
door खोल के जा रहे हैं.
Kind of, as long as the door opens, into a fake towards that mid. They're just holding now.
दो का rotation आ गया.
To apply
They're going
pressure.
back to B.
Cutting sound. Kira on the off angle though.
नहीं
He's
यार.
usually pretty good on the raise.
कितना
One
low किया
off,
उसने.
a additional
अरे
base
दो
shot.
लोग
He's
को
done a
low.
lot of
Nice.
damage, but hasn't
तीनों
walked
लोग
away
एक
with the
गोली
frag.
किए.
On
Nice.
spawn side cleared up by Patman and Fangir.
7 विकेट और 7 में.
Because the door was opened. He's now put in a very winnable position. Let's be honest. GE barely clinging to life. Position confirmed by Patman. This is where you try to stall the man out. Haunt. Jiggle, jiggle.
दो backside.
Patman very much not interested in taking this stall. They just want to try to time him out. The spike is nice and open. GE set up around it. And the off angle
nice
peek from
shot,
Patman and
bro.
3K there from last year's Rookie of the Year in Pacific is
क्या
enough
बात
to
है यार.
secure GE yet another pistol.
A really nice mid
भाई
round
साहब,
call there
कहाँ
to
का round
just
कहाँ खींच
slow
दिया
it
बे?
down, cut noise, open the door, apply
Yo,
that
वो लोग
pressure and
push
force
किए,
those
bro,
rotates.
that.
They really played.
Nah,
with
the
all
ma-
gamers
the market
there, but
fight was
splitting up
beautiful,
just
bro.
Wasn't it for all gamers? The flood into sight, kind of being successful
Nice.
for Kira, but he gets punished because he's alone once again. Of course, pushing into market too. Really
Oh,
nice
हाँ,
strat.
सुना
Really
मैंने.
nice
वो वाली बात तो
ability
सुनी.
to take that map
Spike talk
control
में
before
सुना
even
वो.
trying to get that spike down. And
और
it's
भी
gonna
लोग
be
थे.
a buy here from GE, the thrifty for AG.
All picked up. Handed over to Kira. They have been loving his showstoppers, and I can't blame them. The camera taking pictures of a bunch of GE. It's a group photo.
Anything for the 6-7 chat. Anything for the 6-7.
Worry them here.
Bro, it's almost 2027.
Contacting up through that smoke.
We should
Prowler's
stop
gonna
6-7.
come out, make sure they don't have
Shit.
anyone bothering them from market. Front sight
2026
is
के
secured,
बाद
though. They're gonna be able to get that spike down.
2027
But
आता है.
still, playing it slow. Crystal has all of flank down. These players from all gamers just trying to find
Nice,
that
equalizer आ
isolated
जाएगा.
player. It's all the way in spawn though.
They just don't really
Once
give
they-
away
oh shit,
too
my
much.
bad.
I think all gamers are playing the purest game so far. Shrimp caught on spawn side. Shorty out in the other side of the spawn, but checked well by Poutman. So far, not really too much damage to speak of here by all gamers, who may isolate Crystal, but with a Marshall in towards spawn
Bad,
side,
Joe.
I don't think he's really going to care too much.
I'm an uncle.
Oh my god.
Oh, he was hoping to
I
catch
accept.
his Russian counterpart off guard there, but not given the
Russian
opportunity.
counterpart.
And as it stands here, GE
दोनों
putting up
Russia
everything
represent.
that they would have wanted. 7 apiece and a flawless anti-eco. Yet another great start to a half.
Neck and neck. The bonus now for global esports. All gamers are going to have their bye. Their defensive rounds I've talked about previously from Team Heretics, the way that they played against them, it looked really, really good.
Huh?
And I think
Nice replay.
interesting
Nice
to see how they
replay.
play against this team, because again, this is the first time that we've seen this map
Martial
for all
ऐसे
gamers
scoped in
this
होती है.
year.
Yeah, coming back into the pool. Sunset may kind of
चलो,
decide
पहला
some
buy
of
round.
these series that we have here at EWC. It's a classic round. Fisticuffs over A. GRQ defending elbows super nicely. Fangir's got him
Oh,
back with the
good ding.
relay ball, just pushing GE away, who throw down their own hot hands. Autumn considering the curveball in the meantime.
Walking
Though,
up
walking
mid.
through the top middle smoke. Kira is more
Almost
than ready
connect कर
for
दिया
it.
था भाई.
And this is not what GE bargained for on their bonus. Harvey also called off by Shrimp.
लो
The last
aware
two
थे.
players
Oh,
on elbow.
nice
It's a
fight on
nice
elbow
double peak
भाई.
timing. Only one kill for GE, which earns
Holy
itself
shit.
its run it back, but that's not something you're going to be happy with.
They're going to be happy with that one, at least all gamers is.
भाई
Still
ऐसा हो रहा है
chilling.
चैट
I
कि
think they're
तुमको
really happy with
कमेंट्री
where
सुन
they
के
are, even
नींद
though
आ
they
रही है.
lost that pistol.
मेरे को आज तक
8-7.
कोई वीसीटी गेम देखने में नींद नहीं आई
This
भाई.
kind of goes to show how close
कोई
this
वीसीटी
game
गेम देखने में
is going to be.
मेरे को
And I think
ईडब्ल्यू
this is
से
what we
पता नहीं
expected
क्यों
too
अजीब
when
सी
we were
नींद
talking
सी
about
आती
this
है.
earlier. It's the fact that it's going to be neck to neck. It's going to be scrappy, a lot of fighting going on, and the aggression
पता
from
नहीं
both
क्यों.
these teams has been really nice to watch.
It's good money for all gamers. 4 players with about 2k in the back pocket should things go awry here. GE walking up in B main. They've been keeping this attacking side pretty simple so far. Just being dead
आपका न्यू
all
वीडियो
on
देख के
you.
नींद आ गई थी. अच्छा.
And why wouldn't you when you've got to run it back to lead
हंसी
the
आ
way
रही है.
straight into the Cypher setup by peeking in front of his utility is not really how all gamers would have wanted that to go.
Yeah, the Cypher setup just not being good enough. No delay at all.
वाह
They
भाई
keep
को
playing
मार के
retake
गया.
on this
क्या
B
बात
side,
है.
and how
एक
they
डिंग पड़ा
haven't been able
फैंजियर को.
to take it back just yet.
Soothing
Fangir
voice,
trying to
हाँ.
pick here, but Autumn holding a really nice pixel angle. Falls just off of it. These players for GE playing a post plan, aggressing all of a sudden into the site is all gamers. Even though
भाई
they
हो
got
गया
hit
ना,
by
नेट
that
फटा ना वहाँ
nightfall,
पे, कितना
it's gonna
clear
delay them
करेगा.
just a little bit, unable to just go in and scale.
हाँ लोग
Players
मार्केट
taking
लेने जा रहे हैं
this
अब.
market. Udo, he knows no one's there.
नहीं,
Everyone's out
44.
back site.
Nice Javi.
Javi gets the pick onto Shrimp and GRQ.
Time.
Trying to find anything. Kira.
Oh, they're going for a
Batman
save?
Trades back and forth. GRQ with another.
Time ही नहीं है.
Batman with another.
भाई
Back
AG
and
कैसा
forth
खेली
once
यार?
again, and these
छी.
players, they're chasing after Fangi here, trying to get him to not save this and not die to the spike.
Another round win for GE. Cypher Trip will confirm that he's made it out of dodge, but all gamers, I think it's good that they've held on to one gun. The rest of the boys will have money to reinvest in that one, but GE keeping things simple has worked out a treat for them. The run it back leads the way into the site, and the post plant was
कुछ
easy
तो
as you
heavy
like.
चीज है.
Patman courtesy of his multi-frag on the
किस चीज
pistol
के लिए?
there,
किस
earns
चीज के
himself an
कारण
outfall
भाई?
early on. You saw them putting spike plants and some orbs into that as well. And I think that ultimate really secured this round.
वो chat दूसरा वाला गेम बैंगर चल रहा है क्या?
Yeah,
MIBR
that
versus
round has
Heretics.
been really nice here, even after the post plants for GE. On that
Aye.
pistol, taking market, knowing they can't get
Heretics
that spike down without any space. They're prioritizing, pushing, and playing
Heretics
aggressive,
MIBR को
making
कुत्ता
sure
बना
they're
रही है
able to
बे.
play post plant situation.
वो
from
Heretics
more than
MIBR
just
का
that
भूत
being
बना
an
दिया अर्श
angle.
भाई.
And they've done it again
क्या
this
score चल रहा
round.
5-11 चल रहा है.
To delay for so long.
Lotus
the
पे वो भी.
outcome from backside, because once again
Lotus
they
ही था
have
ना?
that market control. If I'm all
जिस दिन
gamers
G
here,
को
I'm
भूत
talking
बनाए थे
about
MIBR.
how we're gonna fix our retakes. Yes, Spy wasn't able to delay as much on site on that cipher, but still taking more than one angle in their retakes. Yes, they're trying to trade coming out backside.
Klurge देख रहे हैं. Love you मेरे भाई.
Nice retake, nice little crossfire, but no one's gonna peek into them.
Shit.
They've been so good at not giving that up.
6-7.
I mean, I'm seeing similar problems for both teams.
Oh,
quite
Chinese
honestly, in
keyboard.
the fact that I feel like people are playing off angles a lot and playing for picks coming into
Autumn
the
भाई
side. There's
Chinese
nothing
keyboard use करते हैं
necessarily
वे.
wrong with that. But in general, if you can wait for the big punchy pieces of utility, like a really high percentage paranoia through part of the site, or you have a really nice retake plan where the utils actually hit, that's when things get a lot easier for you coming back into B. B main dominated. You don't have to end up in a retake if the other team doesn't make it into B main, but maybe you'll have to test the other side of the map. Global Esports working
3
their way
guns है
down
AG
now.
के पास.
All gamers, 3 guns online for them, the 3 rifles. Cypher playing that passive setup by. He knows that they're coming in. He hears it. That camera's going to spot 3 of those players. And the rotates are coming in. But this is where they've struggled. The retakes. They're playing completely off. There's almost no delay. Kira, he does have the rocket online, but they need to come up with a good plan because GE, they've taken towards spawn. They're trying to push in. They're trying to deny all that space.
Seize comes out.
Good seize.
Utils
पकड़े, 3 लोग
exchange
पकड़े.
here. Autumn
यार.
punished on spawn side. In goes the rocket from Kira. Really looking for anyone on GE, leading the way, zoning the rest of GE away. Horde comes out, confirms
Bandit से मारा उसको.
down on Jen,
Shot.
and now it's just Batman
Shot.
and Crystal trying to get it done from elbow side. A lot
Nice.
for Crystal
1v2.
to do here. He's been mechanically very sharp lately. Half is on from Shrimp. He's not going to stick it to completion. It's a up down
अबे
there
यार,
from all
भाई वो
gamers.
crouch कर
Protection
लिया
on
था,
top of the
collide हो
spike,
जाता.
and they'll take the lead.
They've learned their lesson, holding passive and spawn, knowing that something was going to happen. They were going to take some sort of control. And all gamers, punish
ये back and forth ही जाएगा मेरे को तो लगता है अब.
Spawn overextending, trying to use that curveball to get away with it, but unable to. And a beautiful use of
क्या?
util, the haunt timing too, coming in with that rocket
हमको
to be able
call
to stand
करा
out there,
baby.
top sight,
फनवा
allow
उठा
Kira to
के
get that
call
pick.
करा baby.
Really nicely done, and just the timing on the spacing here as well, the pathing, everything looking really good for all gamers.
Yeah, really segmenting GE and making them uncomfortable
Segmenting
with the
GE?
rocket was very, very nice. Now they have put GE in much the same kind of position, only the singular rifle being afforded courtesy of some multi-fragging in from Crystal. All gamers really looking to secure control of their economy if they can. A couple of players with some extra cash.
हाँ लोग कितना
Outlaws there
deep
for
trap
Fang
लगा
here.
के खेल रहे हैं,
Crystal's
short
found
Crystal.
Kira. It's a nice pick from the Cypher who has overextended in 1 or 2 of these rounds. Oh, Spike dropped in B main. That's going to be a problem for GE, and the Outlaw is
That was so
really
clean.
kind of getting some carnage done here. Autumn with the Bandit, doing a lot
Nice.
of work, quite honestly.
2v2.
Pushing things into a 2-on-2. This is still winnable. Shrimp's over on spawn side. Crystal going to join Autumn. He's going to curveball in combination there with the neural theft. Caught
बस
by the
ये मार
Seas
दे
as
Autumn,
Autumn.
बस
He's
ये
under a
मार
lot
दे,
of
round
pressure
है.
here. Spike going down from Crystal in the back lines. Autumn
Flash
trying to
भी
bark
है.
as loud as he can. He's one off a run it back. That's his last curveball. There's the Prowler for AG. Very tentative.
Crystal उसके साथ ही पीछे
Trying to
खेल
clear
रहा
out
है.
Autumn in this close corner. Crystal trying to play
Big
off
angle,
of the
big
back of
angle.
Autumn's contact here. Missing his shot. That's the last Prowler out from
Nice.
Shrimp. GRQ going down here. A
1v1.
little bit of damage now as we head into a 1-on-1. Shrimp very much ready for the peak. And
नहीं
there you
रे.
go, Crystal
केकड़ा बनने गया ये?
crab walk is not as effective when you're playing against a shrimp. He's all over the
Yes,
crustacean
jumping my
movements.
for full qualification.
That's crazy, Shrimp. One of the
इसके बाद
players we
MIBR
talked
वैसे भी
about in the
नीचे वाला
pre-show
ब्रैकेट
because
खेलेगी
he's
ना
been
इनके
so
विनर के
phenomenal,
अगेंस्ट।
especially in those clutches, especially with his util.
हाँ
He's
वही ना
actually
यार
been
जरूरत नहीं थी
top-fighting as
बिल्कुल
well,
भी।
able to trade, and I think there Autumn chaining his util to try to delay that retake for as long as possible. Fangir getting 3 as well. All gamers, they're still not going to be
बढ़िया
happy, though, I
time
think,
पे
with
डुबाते
this
हैं ये
round.
लोग
The
भी।
fact that it got so close. They had those pistols online as well. It's just a struggle there. Bai just getting caught off guard once again with his Cypher. He's just standing out in the open, trying to get some sort of peek, and is just punished. Fangir getting the 3, though, being one of the main reasons why they won this round. Global Esports, though, running it down towards A this time, going fast, changing up the pace. The util's all out, and this site's free.
GRQ on the off angle. Not ready for Autumn underneath him. Takes a ton of damage there.
Oh, nice Crystal.
Nice double
Good
inside
for
the
2
middle.
भाई।
That's a man advantage now for GE as Patman gets this spike down.
क्या मेसी स्प्रे था?
Crystal's been getting so many picks towards this mid, getting picks on the rotators every single time now. At least 3 rounds he's done that and punished them. The post time coming in.
वो दो लोग सिटी फाइट लेने आ रहे थे।
Util chasing after that player in spawn but unable to connect.
दो एल्बो दो सिटी मां कसम सारे के सारे एक जगह फाइट ले रहे हैं। Nice, good ult.
Shrimp punishes Javi and elbow. Patman getting the pick onto GRQ as well. The
Nice,
op goes
Patman.
down. Fangir unable to
मां
get anything.
कसम
and
क्या
Shrimp
यूटिल एक्सचेंज क्या फ्लड
Down
यूटिल्स
outside.
भाई।
It's a really nice reset for GE. That's
MIBR versus
the round
कौन हो
that
रहा है?
they were
MIBR
looking
versus
for. They'll be a
Heretics।
little bit
Freaking
disappointed
round.
that they didn't get the round previous, but they know how much damage they did. They marched into that next gun round, knowing that the reset was definitely theirs for the taking. Still trailing by 1 round, but should be able to get through an anti-eco here. And this has just been super back and forth. Both of these teams fighting really hard.
भाई
for the
वहाँ पे
first map of the
क्रिस्टल ने
series.
हक के कैसा दो मारा।
Kind of crazy that all gamers keep falling
Comeback
into
हो रहा
this
उधर तो
trap
लाला,
that
ऐसा है
Crystal's
क्या
set
बे?
up towards mid, where he's just lurking,
ये गेम जल्दी खत्म हो जाए
catching
फिर।
those rotators off guard.
Comeback चालू
Every
कर दे
single
MIBR
time
तो
he
वो गेम
manages
का
to get a
comeback
pick
देख
and
ले
it
कम
just
से कम
makes
अपन।
that retake 10 times harder. They keep trying to play this retake as well, just not working out for them when they're not all there. The util as well, they're heavily reliant on Shrimp. If he falls, it's kind of rough. But a thrift here
full set
for
bang
all
वाला full
gamers.
support full sense।
Shotgun and a
वो
stinger
तो बहुत ही बड़ा गेम
on
होने
the
वाला है
board,
यार।
trying to get for 1, play for 1, peeking towards mid.
Shot।
Crystal's gonna shut down
इनको आ गया
Shrimp.
ना इक्वलाइजर।
That's literally the
हाँ,
exact
MIBR
same
comeback
angle
कर
that
रही
he
है
picked
बे।
Hero on last round.
9-11 हो
maybe
गया
2 rounds ago.
5-11 से।
Outlaw looking pretty good in this round.
Chat,
All
अगर आप
gamers
लोगों को
with a
याद
lot
होगा कि
of
मैंने
light
बोला
armor. It's all
5-11 हो
great
रहा है।
setup for Fangir here. GRQ trying to be the best salesman possible, but the blaze wall goes up. GE are not interested. They're going to be heading to the other store, straight into the A site.
Crystal late
elbow
होगा
is
कब तो
dirty here.
करेगा।
That is at least going to be cause for concern. The cage to follow up, but they're going to clear it from the other side. Paranoia is not going to be good enough to hit Unitard there. The Bucky is getting to work.
Imagine
but we all
पुरानी वाली
know
Bucky
about the
होती।
nerfs. It's not going to be a follow-up kill onto Autumn.
Kira here. That's going to be heard, and he touches the trip. Nothing really going to come out of that one. Crystal getting the pick, and Patman shutting it down. All gamers here. Feels like this next round is super important for them, trying to get ahead.
Zban
For
पे ही गिरे।
GE, it feels like they're very
अपना ऐसे ही
comfortable.
है।
They're able to get that mid control with Crystal, like we said.
ओ यूरोडन शादीशुदा
They're
है।
able to just be able to execute as
देखो।
well, and it feels like they're just baiting a lot of those rotations.
उसने
and playing
engagement
with it
ring
in the
type shit
mid-round.
पहनी है भाई।
Their post spawns have been really good as well. A tiny bit readable, the fact that they're gonna aggress, but you always don't know which side they're gonna do it, and they've used a lot of. really
Next
good
maps
neutral
क्या है
as well.
chat?
GE, I think,
MIBR comeback हो रहा है। Nice
putting
यार।
themselves a little bit out in front, but AG, having taken attack timeout, want to make some adjustments on
Tag
this
timeout
defensive
चलो
side.
चलो। जब तक
Still
टैग टाइम
anyone's
आउट चल
game
रहा है
for the
तब तक
taking
अपन
here.
देखेंगे दूसरा गेम। आ जाओ। टैग टाइम आउट तक अपन देखने वाले हैं।
You either get up to map point, guarantee at least an overtime,
ना नॉट गोना लाई ये
Or
कमेंट्री में एकदम
MIBR.
हुआ है।
tie it up, and in all likelihood, take away any and all momentum, all of the win that was in your sails.
ये भी टैग टाइम आउट ले ली जब ये टैग टाइम आउट लिए तो।
That's what's so concerning. This
बाद
felt
बाद
so
पे टाइम आउट ले
heavily
लेते।
favored
ओ 10-11
for
चैट।
Heretics, who have been really streaky.
अच्छा अच्छा एक राउंड देख
It's
लेते
about
हैं।
time to get that streak going again and get the final 2 to close it out. Zekin and Aspas
नहीं
both have
भैया
their ults.
बेटी
Bruno
ये
one away
टेक्स्ट
from an
फिर
ult that
से
we've already seen
टेक्स्ट
have
बैक
impact
टू हिज
for him.
ओरिजिनल परफॉर्मेंस भाई।
As the op, though, this operator might be
मतलब ये
keen
टेक
on
सिर्फ
to
जी
be
के
able to
अगेंस्ट
get
मारा
those
है.
lines on the defensive side and understand how to rotate off of them. Two of these players, though, pushing towards that B main, trying to do some sort of C's nade combo if they see anyone. It's not going to catch because all 5 players of GE are towards this mid.
Money is fantastic here for GE.
तीन लोग
If
हैं.
they can reset all gamers yet again, then this should be their game on a silver platter, straight towards the middle of the map. They've read this so well.
Why?
But can they deal with the 3 stack over towards A here for all gamers? Do you have Bite, tucks himself into Generator, nice and snug, slid on in.
boy, hug diya.
That's a nice entry,
Nice.
peeking off the back of that contact. GRQ only going
Fangir
one for
किधर
one,
है?
but Fangir is the
Uttari.
player that they haven't checked in elbow, and he's causing some problems.
Trying to find another
वो
shot.
अपने टीममेट्स
Crystal
के लिए
is
वेट करेगा जब तक वो टीममेट की हेल्प करेगा, हेल्प करने आएंगे उसके टीममेट, तब तक उसकी फील्डिंग सेट कर दो दोस्तों.
Towards this A main, they might catch
अरे,
him off guard.
timing!
Crystal gets punished, and now the side has been flipped. 3 of these players trying to
Alt
rotate
shrimp के
from
पास.
that A main. Elbow is being taken. The off is holding it down. Kira's gonna walk up with Fangir. The
Good
paranoia
flash.
goes in. The shot misses. The knife falls out. Javi, that dark cover to delay. These players are gonna have to run through it. The time just isn't
नहीं
that
यार.
there.
Nice.
Fangir, Autumn, Shrimp with a pick onto Autumn, and they actually win that retake.
Yeah, that's rough. I felt like Harvey, you know, he was doing well to drop the paranoia and the dark cover on a really nice timing, but he needed at least one there to give Autumn a bit of a hand. All gamers, that's a nice retake.
दो
there,
round
but
चाहिए
with
बस
only
all
2
gamers
players
को.
surviving. This is still very much hanging in the balance. GE haven't gotten themselves the spike plan.
अभी तक AG से कोई एकदम heavy pop-off नहीं खेल रहा.
Reset potential, but that'll only last so
एकदम
long.
बढ़िया पॉप ऑफ प्लेयर नहीं निकला अभी तक
I
AG
think
से
now
कोई.
too.
ये मैप
GE, they know that operator's online.
दोनों match
for
10-10.
Fangir. They're gonna be able to understand that he's gonna set it up somewhere, try to get some sort of peek. I'm wondering if they're gonna change their approach, try to find where that op is and just go the other way, or at least push him off. And maybe they might be a little bit more scared to set Crystal up towards mid, but instead, contact play towards the same aim.
Patman's ate the boom block there
Quite
as the
nice.
slide in from Yudutan yet again is
भाई क्या बैक एंड फोर्थ जा रहा है. नाइस यूरोटान, एक और किल मारता है, एक और मारा.
What a paranoia from
Le.
Harvey. GE absolutely roll this A site, and finally it seems like they're breaking through.
Dude, the confidence to just execute, hold W into his sight, knowing that there could be an operator there. They blocked off that elbow with the neon wall and just took that full A-link side. Like you said, beautiful paranoia from Javi. They played that so well. GE trying to punish that operator if they were set
Operator
up on
save
either
करने
of
जा
those
रहा है वो.
sides. Of course,
Buy नहीं है, देख लो.
beautiful 3K
AG
there
का buy बहुत
to shut
खराब
it
है.
down. All gamers, though, they're going to try to hold on to this
Cha-cha.
op. They're trying to hold on to this rifle as well. Bye. Sitting in spawn is going to catch Autumn. Not able to finish him off, though. 30 HP on him. Fangir trading spaces. The bait and switch, but this time with the op. They're going to see that there. Nothing too crazy, but Crystal, he's going towards B main to try to catch them off guard.
Autumn's still hanging around.
जी का पैसा अच्छा है.
And you're right, but at the
लोगों
same
के पास
time,
एक-एक buy
GE's
है.
money is a little bit battered from the last round. They don't feel the need to push the issue. They just want to make sure they can min-max all the gun rounds towards the end of this. Still 2 left in play.
Possible.
Whichever way you swing this, could definitely have an OT on our hands. A decent enough save on in there for all gamers. It's going to be
नाइस
a
उधर
scrappy
गिरा,
fight,
ऑफ
let's be
गार्ड
honest,
पकड़ा
but
और उसके बाद
at
ये
least
श्रिम्प को भी मारा ना, उधर
one
राउंड खत्म
rifle,
कर
an
दिया.
operator and a showstopper is decent enough
उन
to
लोग
work
अगर
with. The
एक-एक
only
मार
player
जाते
who
तो
really
ये
kind
गेम
of
था.
is left wanting is definitely
अब किरा
GRQ, but an
का
Omen with the judge can get work done at the best of times, especially on elbow.
Fangir opping towards mid, trying to shut down that one lurker that they found the whole time.
भाई
It's
कहाँ
actually
था वो
getting
cam?
spotted by the cam, and that's really good information here for Global Esports. Please take the dart out.
That's classic.
कहाँ से मारा बे वो
Not just
कैम?
the pistol.
किधर लगा था कैम?
Applying some pressure
Dekha nahi.
towards the middle of the map. With Harvey's dark cover, Blazewall to follow up. You know, Autumn is really just trying to apply pressure and make some noise, and he's sensing that he has a bit of a timing here. I think you can see from Bai's movements that he might be aware of that. He's going looking in towards spawn side, as is Kira, and unfortunately, Autumn
पूरा
will give
info
up
मिल
his life to
जाएगा.
the one player that can reveal where the rest of Global Esports are coming from. Overdrive pulled out by Yudutan. GRQ tucking himself in towards Jen is going to be very
Nice
difficult to dig
Batman.
out. Patman has broken through onto Fangir. The operator is down.
No charge.
Shrimp's found Yudutan, but this is the player you've got to be concerned with. In the meantime, Kira has ripped the showstopper onto short side, and this is not going well for GE at all. Just down to Crystal.
ठीक है, last round fight करने के लिए अल्ट्स है ये क्या बोलते हैं? बाय है.
AG are taking no chances.
Definitely going to save that for this
उनका
last
ऑफ भी है
round.
बे.
The high-low. Crystal's going to be able to get one. Gets shut down by and by really good information, really good timing actually to just turn around and catch Autumn off guard. You could see the pings on the minimap there. They're trying to tell each other, hey, this is open. Please don't get caught off guard. And that actually worked out for them.
OT possible. Incoming.
Yep. Gotta stay on top of that kind of thing. That's the difference between a tier 1 team.
भाई Autumn निकल तो गया था यार, पर Autumn साला
Stuff from all gamers.
अवेयर बहुत है यार वो लोग.
Losable round for them, and if they do lose that round,
Heavily aware
that's probably going to be the end of the game. So GE now back onto what looks like another pretty good gun round. Nightfall in tow. Need to try to even this one up and push us through to overtime.
Walking up towards mid here. They've had so much success, Global Esports, so they're banking on it once again. The trip there gonna get destroyed, and they're pushing through market. PRQ using that paranoia to delay these 3 players from the side of all gamers. They played offside, walking all the way back on.
दो लोग ये हुए रिवील हुए. Shot.
For Pam and beautiful pick onto Fang.
Nice,
That's
good
the
trade.
Operator down, and all of a
Beautiful.
sudden it's 4v2, about to be overtime. Shrimp, unless he can do something, gets a pick. Him and Kira trying to work this. Kira on the fast flank, but that neural theft's gonna let them know where he is. Crystal getting the pick onto Kira and Shrimp. 1v3, nothing left in his belt. No util.
OT गया. भाई दोनों गेम OT चले गए.
Against the world.
Yeah.
वो भी गेम OT. एमन भी आता बैक.
5-11 से कमबैक कर लिए.
Back in onto that one. Finding himself a pick, but GE, even after this smoke elapses, there's not much being shown.
Shit, bhai.
He'll make first contact with Autumn, but it's a nice pick.
What a day, bro.
That's overtime. Global Esports able to hold their nerve despite
nice Sunday, chat.
Of a shambolic round on the A side of the map just previously.
These teams neck and neck. Seems like that last round was so one-sided, and this round comes around, and again it's flipped. The other side is able to adapt a lot quicker, understand, and get those initial picks that get the success. Fangir, of course, dying on this retake was really rough. Beautiful shot from Patman, though, to shut him down. And then again, they don't have any need to fight super aggressively. The split worked out for them. They had all of market. They just played those post plants beautifully. The peaks, the timings, the trades. This is a GE that looks completely different from the last time we saw them. And now they're back on that defensive side.
Yeah,
Off screen में दोनों गेम लगा दो.
The Pacific and the VCTCN teams very much familiar with each other, often practice together. Autumn has played over in VCTCN for quite a long time, so we'll know exactly what they're dealing with here. Push from Autumn, Yutatan in tow as well.
Oh!
Instant neural theft off the back of that. He has just won this round outright.
He's been kind of
तीन लोग push कर रहे हो, flash भी तुम्हारा है.
Side whenever he's on that weak side, or unable to just hold his own, and now all of a sudden using that power, Paman walks out into the smoke. Nobody knows he's out, but by getting a 4th, could he get the ace in one of the most important rounds in this matchup?
Oh, ho, bye!
I can't believe it. When it matters, he
क्या
comes
खेल
back
गया भाई
online.
लड़का.
That is rough for GE. By really
अबे ये लोग
throwing down
जीते
the
हैं,
gauntlet
अरे
here
राउंड
in
ऐसा मुंह
overtime.
पे चप्पल मारे
They
जैसा
thought that
बैठे.
they were going to be able to try to go for a peek inside of B main here, but that is perfect. Bai is just sitting in the pocket.
भाई
waiting for
flash
them to go
तुम्हारा,
on the
3
front
बंदे
foot.
तुम्हारे मार
As
के
soon
कोई
as
और
the
गया.
curveball and the curveball and the relay bolt come out from the neon, it's a perfectly timed peak.
GE though falling back into that trap where they overextend a little bit.
उधर MIBR भी खत्म कर देगी ऐसा लग रहा है भाई. पहली बार चैट दोनों स्ट्रीम पे मैचेस जो है दोनों के दोनों सिमिलर टाइम मतलब सिमिलर स्कोर पे है.
Use their bodies. They just stay. They stay there for way too
क्या
long.
कर रहे हैं?
Yes, they could have traded. Yes, bye. He had a life round right there. But still, feels like they should have learned that from that first half. We saw it so often where they overextended, they overstayed their welcome.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just one of those things, you know.
Time out,
you can sit back and try to play for some of these retakes, especially with Cypher as your sentinel, and if you have kind of these well-drilled plans, and it can go well for you. But I understand why GE stay on the front foot. And I feel like today a lot of the timings are just not really working for them, unfortunately. AG are a little bit more switched on. They're often getting the better end of these trades. And this is AG's chance to finally close out Sunset here. 4 players ready as this elbow pressure is coming in from GE. Up goes the fast lane. They very much kind of trying to feel this one out. Immediate season response there.
Oh, beautiful flash, bे. तीन लोग को connect हुआ वो flash.
The Boombot and the
Oh, they're still fighting it. Good trade.
Bro,
it's a GG.
It's
a GG, bro.
And AG on the verge of closing out their opponent's map pick. Crystal in a 1-on-4, peeking into yet another high-low, and that's going to be BCTCN.
Take that A rubble fight.
हर्ष भाई फट switch करो उधर एक और रोटी चल रहा है.
They're a little bit smart about how they isolate Tex and then kind of force the issue right as there's a peel back from the C site from MIBR Los, and they want to go the other direction, and then because Tex dies, they can't. They've lost that ground, they've lost that comfort, and they have to force their way
game
on the C.
chat.
That means those players
5-11 से 13 हो गया है.
can just hold the line, plant their feet. Away we go. Woo! Kosmar instantly have 2.
Opening मिल गई.
Immense improvements compared to the first outing.
3 बढ़िया player जिंदा है.
2 quick kills found. Still the 3 deadliest members of MIBR alive and in the mix here.
That's a beautiful spam.
Spray and pray.
Imagine.
The ends, but they're unable to find it. It's just going to be a tiny little bit of damage, but Zekin's going to eat more in kind. Paint shell to the corner.
भाई 4 लोग बैंड में fight कर रहे हैं. Short Zekin.
Will lose his head, but here's the reveal. Both players worked low. Zekin
Beautiful
down to a
nade.
Vizino.
Huh?
Similarly, eating a bit of damage here as the C's will connect on the Veggie Fishy, but no one's there to
3v3.
try to flush him out. The 3v3
वो Jimmy Fishy को clear करो.
very favored for Team Heretics. It's just the duelists left.
निकाल गया Jimmy Fishy round.
The swinging from Zekin punished. Aspas nearly spammed out, but the time is gone.
ये dash अंदर कर लेते हैं Aspas भाई आप.
He is surrounded. He is dead, and Heretics are back up to map point.
And this time, Heretics
सट्टा इस पे नहीं भाई वो वाले गेम पे.
just comes out swinging. 2 quick kills right off the round drop.
बात
That's got
पे सट्टा
MIBR
बात पे.
reeling. That was about all you really needed here in this round. Then you're scrambling. I mean, sure, you get a couple spams through the walls and things like that to fall your way, but it's just too much for MIBR Los to climb through. So they say
कितना लंबा गेम खींच लिए बे लोग.
to take our time out ourselves and see if we can get another reset going.
भाई imagine इनका गेम बाद में खत्म हो रहा है.
Maybe going to be their map. They get that defender side win initially.
MIBR में कोई भी मारे ना मारे.
Tex answers right back.
Tex?
The firepower between these two teams. So impressive today.
भाई और टेक्स इमेजिन कौन से दिन नहीं झूला होगा हर्ष भाई.
कौन से?
जिस दिन उसका मैच जी के अगेंस्ट. Bro was top fragging all the time.
So impressed by both squads. I mean, a lot of good changes, a
At
lot of good
delay किस
adaptations,
चीज के लिए delay?
finding their moments to change the tempo here and there. What is this going to look like?
It needs to look clean. MIBR.
एक और रोटी पुश करना है MIBR को तो यहाँ पे मारना पड़ेगा.
Back into the hands of Kashmar.
भाई ये वाले कास्टिंग में मजा आती है यार. टेक्स के इंस्पायर होता सोचो. ओहो हो. MIBR मेरी फेवरेट टीम.
Slide in. He's going to be immediately dispatched.
Beautiful trades.
One before getting traded as well. That's a massive early victory here for MIBR.
बस आसपास और मजीनो दोनों एक है.
G Fishy alone on this side of the map, but it looks like MIBR
अकेला
will
बू है
look to try
माउंट
to
पे.
reroute. Slowly working their way back out towards that attacker's spawn.
Aspas popped that wall or not? It was pinged out, so no, he did not. He's just leaving it there. Doesn't want to give any indication just yet. Wants to make them still consider other ideas, but they're actually going to try to wait this out somehow, some way.
Who's going to stairs?
Blue's got the right read.
Spot किया उसने एक.
With that TP.
It's going back now.
The door now hit the Prowler, spotting out Benji's position.
क्या वो डबल फ्लैंक के लिए जा रहे हैं?
He's going to be good for one, but Aspas
3v2
counter swing in. Some revenge for Mazzino.
छिपे किसी का अल्ट नहीं आएगा.
Try to bring this back, to bring this map to an end. 2v3, it's absolutely doable.
साथ में खेल रहे दोनों. माँ को समय में आ गए.
How many times have we seen these players clutch?
बहुत ही winnable round है यार हेरिटिक्स के लिए.
The haunt, 2 Prowlers.
MIBR एकदम basic positions खेल रही है.
The real wild card here is Tex.
He's got a cam available, but he hasn't.
उसके पास 2 Prowler भी है बे.
Always playing back, so didn't get into a position to try to situate it, but you'd love to have that at the back of side towards drop.
भाई कितना time?
Meanwhile, tap of the defuse.
Shot.
Pace forward, Boo able to find the first.
Shot Aspas.
Clean tap, takes down Rienz. Boo has to do it all again. The time is just not going to be on his side. They dance around his shots. It's 14-14. MIBR still in this fight.
Yeah, it's their turn this time
ये जीत गए यहाँ.
to just hold the W key for a bit.
ओए हाँ बे हर्ष भाई वो तो जी का मैप भी नहीं था बे.
Win the battle at B
बढ़िया है,
main,
लेकिन
हाँ.
and then use
कौन
that
सा
extra
map?
player that they
Sunset,
have to kind
sunset.
of work the map a little
सनसेट जी
bit.
पिकता.
हाँ जी पिक था मतलब वही तो बोल रहा हूँ
Delayed push towards A.
कि एजी वाले इतना प्यारा निकल गया. सॉरी मेरे बोलने का मतलब था एजी का मैप भी नहीं था. मैं बैठा.
गर्ज भाई
Just a
हाँ.
trade.
हेरेटिक्स के अगेंस्ट एजी ने
Lezino
कमबैक
giving his
किया था ना.
life.
2-11
हाँ
पे
हाँ.
चल रहा था.
212 नहीं 212 नहीं.
Allows him
512 या
some
612 ऐसा
big
कुछ था.
kills in that round.
हेरेटिक्स जीत गए थे, but
22
हेरेटिक्स भाई ऐसा
on the
कमबैक
duelist
कैसे
for
खा लिया?
MIBR Los.
भाई तो सामने
So
उनके
push
MIBR
this
भी तो
time,
है.
C being identified, Bruno has to get the heck out
क्या
of there.
टीम सीक्रेट खेल रही है उनके सामने?
TP ready.
No,
Makes
but
his exit. Well,
after
gonna be grabbed
having a
by
long
Woot.
lead like
2
that, you
charges
shouldn't be supposedly
from having a showstopper online.
Bro, actually,
Nice pass, though.
you are a
So
hardcore
far forward.
Paperex fan.
Ready
Don't
to
say that,
intercept
please.
and catch Kosmaris, who's completely unawares of this. And the dash forward, though, and Aspas delivers himself
Before.
unto death as Boo will quickly strike him down. A duelist dead on either side.
Feeling invisible pressure there was Aspas. He had to get out like there was going to be another layer behind Kashmaris. Wasn't anything.
भाई सेकंड और वरनो कैसे बैठे हैं
So
देखो.
that at least evens it up for Heretics.
तो काल खा रहे हैं
Now they're going to
बेबी.
be taking their time a bit. Look at Vizino here. Just going to be hiding right around the corner behind that box. Him and Tex trying to use that trip as a kill trip around A if they go that way, but a pivot from Heretics. So this high-low stack, Verno Zekin. Is it going to be identified in time? Should be, you would think.
Paranoia, Paint Shell, both available.
Haunt as well.
Boombot going to lead the way. The Haunt going to be cleared out. And Woo
Shot Woo.
splash packs up on top of the
The
box.
second.
Will find Zekin. And that's that nade that could have critically delayed and denied this plant from coming in out of the equation completely.
वरनो देखो लड़ ही रहा है, रुकता ही नहीं. एक और ओटी जा रहे हैं मेरे को तो
Tuck
लग रहा है.
back, go for the reload. Haunt over the top as Tex tries to go scaling forward. 2 players going to be revealed. They have him lined up, but he's only able to collect the 1 kill as Rienz
Nice,
will
Rienz.
mow down the remaining 2. Heretics once again up to map point.
हगा ना वहाँ पे टेक्स ने. मचा
Another
दिया टेक्स ने हगास.
Nail biter
हिला
of
दिया
a
पूरा.
round. But when it comes to parity, that's when MIBR tries
Is
to
this
just
new
split the map
Levis'
2-2
sin?
and set up cheeky little trap plays, but with so
Cheeky
much
little
util
trap
still in the
play,
bank
cheeky.
for Heretics. I'm not sure how I feel about that high
As
low
well, तुम
setup. There's
Terry
just too
shooter.
much to identify it and deal with it.
टिर्री शूटर.
They're able to get up on the
रे,
box.
तुमको ना
Wait.
बता दूं.
There just isn't enough left
मैं बता दूं फिर.
in the tank.
बताओ बताओ.
चुप हो
IBR.
जाओ.
नहीं बता दो.
Gonna need to go huge here. Send us another
आधे लोगों को
reset.
तुमसे भरोसा उठ जाएगा हर्ष भाई अगर तुमने वो ऐसा कुछ बोल दिया तो.
Aspas diving in.
समझे,
Gonna be doing some
टिर्री.
damage for free, relatively.
खुद की
Paranoia's gonna be
कब्र खुद
exchanged.
नहीं खोदते.
In the end, I mean, it's a stalemate. It's one that Heretics still benefit from. They maintain their positions.
टिर्री
Now, the
इंसिडेंट
scale
विक्टिम
forward gonna be
हर्ष.
attempted second. Trying to just flush
Oh,
Woot
shot
out of this
Woot.
position, and you absolutely need to.
ब्यूटीफुल सेकंड.
Actually will be found.
3v3.
लेकिन कैसा पीक लिया देखे.
Players on either side.
खोपड़ा
Rienz,
दिखाया नीचे. खोपड़ा दिखाया
first to
नीचे.
arrive on the scene.
This
Looks
takes
for
a
the
bad
peak,
player.
looks for
No,
the
he's a
kill,
good
can't
player.
quite find it. Now
Only
will have to
against
back him
G.
away, wait for his reinforcements to come through.
That kid's going to be one away from a showstopper after this plant. One more kill. That could be the difference maker that sends us into that next reset. Got a little bit to work with here. Kashmar still has the relay bolt.
Fast lane as well. Sees and a Haunt available. Use the check close.
I'm out of here.
Think no one spotted so far. Sees into the back, gonna be dodged. Second turns away at the worst possible moment though, and Kashmara's just barrel stuffs him from behind. The defuse is now being stuck. They have to scale forward.
Shot.
Turno dead. The round. It's gonna be
Oh,
over. They just took it completion.
Ah!
Heretics. Gotta be wondering how in the hell they got away with that.
भाई
16
लेकिन
to
वो किल पे अल्टा
14.
जाता उसका.
This Lotus, their map pick, it goes their way.
बाप रे बाप.
Good Lord, were they pushed.
Yeah, this is
इसके बाद इनके 2 मैप्स क्या है बे? हमका कॉल करे बेबी, फोनवा उठा के कॉल। ओए हर्ष भाई, इसके बाद तो असेंट और ब्रीज है। ओहो, MIBR फील्डिंग सेट। ओए पर तुमको पता है हर्ष भाई, ग्रुप कैसे है? MIBR हेरिटिक्स का लूजर किसके साथ खेलेगा पता है? AG और G के विनर के साथ। ये क्या ग्रुप से चार? हाँ हाँ, मतलब AG में से जो हारा वो बाहर हो जाएगा ना।
हाँ
तो जो जीतेगा उसका गेम MIBR हेरिटिक्स के लूजर के साथ लगेगा।
अच्छा, लोअर ब्रैकेट फाइनल होगा क्या वो?
हाँ मतलब लोअर ब्रैकेट डिसाइडर ही होगा ऑफ कोर्स। फाइनल
बट और कितने जन बचे हैं यार? कभी है
दो
final
क्वालिफाई,
इसका?
बिल्कुल वाइटैलिटी एनर्जी को हरा दी तो, और 100 थीव्स BBL हरा दी। तो अब
फाइनल कभी है फाइनल?
फाइनल आई गेस 8 तारीख को, नहीं सॉरी 12 तारीख को, 13 को है, 13 को।
पाऊंग रहा हूँ।
12 को ही है, 12 को ही है भाई। इसमें कंसोलेशन फाइनल भी है। वाओ, फीफा वर्ल्ड कप। अब इसका फाइनल
Third
नॉक
prize।
ब्रो, इसका फाइनल नॉकआउट है ना पर हर्ष भाई, वन एंड डन ब्रो।
क्या
हाँ, नो मोर चांसेस।
मतलब BO1
BO1 नहीं बे,
तो?
ब्रैकेट ही एक है, लोअर ब्रैकेट नहीं है।
अच्छा ऐसा बोलो ना, ये
हाँ।
क्या होता है नॉकआउट?
नो ब्रो, नॉकआउट ही बोलेंगे ना फिर उसको। तुम क्या बोलोगे बताओ उसको। हाँ
फाइनल।
ब्रो, वाइटैलिटी एनर्जी हरा दी। तुम समझ रहे हो अभी क्या सीन है? अभी क्वालिफाई कौन कौन हो सकता है? BBL EDG क्वालिफिकेशन, जेंटलमैन नॉन्गशिम क्वालिफिकेशन, एनर्जी KC क्वालिफिकेशन। तो मतलब एनर्जी तो आगे आ ही गई। LCQ कब है? ओए हाँ, LCQ कब है दोस्त? वो LCQ का मैच तो आज होगा चैट। जो LCQ में टीम जाएगी उसके लिए मैच तो आज होने वाला है। 555 जीत रही है ब्रो। एंडोइस्ट भी नाइस स्कोर। अलर्ट, पुराना प्लेयर ये भी टैलेंट अकेडमी। ब्रो चैट, ये लोग तो आएंगे भी नहीं बे। कहाँ हो रहा है ये स्ट्रीम? वैलोरेंट पैसिफिक के चैनल पे। यूट्यूब पे नहीं हो रहा क्या भाई? वाईटी ये रहा। उतरी, ये वाला शार्पर जीत रही है।
This is so good.
प्रीमी 2.0 बोल रहे लोग।
Almost escaping five.
ना ब्रो, NSP better than 555, not gonna lie। अबे तुम लोग को पता है 555 कैसे खेलती है? अगर 555 LCQ में आ जाएगी ना तो 555 येड़ भगा देगी। LCQ से प्लेन उन लोग ही जाएंगे फिर। शार्पर स्पोर्ट्स आएगी तो नसीब है। कसम बे, फील्डिंग सेट हो सकती है LCQ में। हाँ, ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाली टीम तो इजी है। वाओ ब्रो, ये देखो फैंसी यूनाइटेड भी आ गई। अब स्प्लिट टू के नंबर 2 जाएंगे बस। भाई फैंसी यूनाइटेड भी अच्छी है। शेट, अपर सेमीज, अपर फाइनल, ग्रैंड फाइनल पॉसिबल है पर हाँ ना ब्रो, ये क्या फील्डिंग सेट है भाई। ओए मतलब अगर शार्पर स्पोर्ट्स आई तो, शार्पर स्पोर्ट्स आई तो पॉसिबल है। G2 XLG दोबारा। हाँ, we have tier 1 X players। I'm not underestimating anyone bro, मैं बस बोल रहा हूँ। वो 5 डीमंस है 555 में। देख अभी जीत रहे हैं वो लोग, इसीलिए ऐसी स्प्लिट 2। There's a reason वो लोग ऐसी स्प्लिट 2 जीत रहे हैं।
It's not like a story of one player. I think they play quite a good, well-rounded game, and they have a lot of different people that they can lean on. Maybe that leads you in a direction where you get some inconsistencies from some of the individuals, and you might not get the results that you want. But I think multiple players could step up. They do like to swap around the duelist role a lot. I love what I see from Fangir, especially
one of
at
the toughest
season.
season,
Like he
exactly.
was kind of carrying this team a little bit, but as we've gone deeper into the year, and AG have continued to put together pretty respectable results.
क्या बोलते हैं tier 2 के जो टीम्स है ना अभी जो LCQ खेलने वाले हैं, अगर गलती से भी शार्पर ये जीत गई और 555 LCQ में आ गई तो वो लोग वन साइड ले जाएंगे. ये लिख के ले लो. शार्पर esports है LCQ में, NSP के पास चांसेस है, पर अगर वो 5 पागल बच्चे आ गए ना,
And I think for Shrimp too, he's actually not IGL
भर देंगे वो लोग.
regardless of being the initiator. It's actually Kira, which is their duelist. So it's insane that Kira is also able to IGL and play duelist. That's actually one of the hardest combinations.
एक्सपीरियंस फिर भाड़ में जाए ऐसा हो जाएगा. सीधा एम डिफ, सीधा एम डिफ.
Set you up, and you're also engaging in the fire.
गोटेड एमर लोग हैं.
In the fight, in the middle of it, and you're also trying to make calls for the rest of your team. It makes sense why all gamers are super aggressive in this server, though.
और एक्सपीरियंस की बात रहती तो लेव जीती होती, लेव नहीं जीती होती पेपर एक्स के सामने.
Also being the shot caller.
In other games, yes. Like I think traditionally in
Out aim कर दिया.
see plenty of good examples of it, especially if you have someone who's weaker individually.
जो डबल डुलिस्ट मेटा चल रहा है ना, डबल डुलिस्ट मेटा में आउट एम करने वाली टीम जीत रही है.
And then they can see everybody in the post plant because they're already dead. I mean, in CS there's plenty.
कोई कितना भी अच्छा,
in Valorant, duelists are meant to get kills. They have a
कोई कितना भी अच्छा माइक्रो मैक्रो करवा ले, पर जो ज्यादा बेटर एम कर रहा है वो लोग जीत रहे हैं.
On that race is going to be my player to watch. Fangir is going to go over to the Jet on the other side. We have a Jet in the hands of Autumn and Udutan.
Time was the 89 Sharul bhai.
Whose comp are we liking more?
That's what I mentioned. Santiago and
Yeah, I think here
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ.
like to see the fade.
तभी तो लेव जीती पेपर एक्स के अगेंस्ट.
On the fade, sorry, he's been really good.
क्योंकि वो लोग आउट एम किए. एक्सपीरियंस तो पेपर एक्स के पास था ना सारे फाइनल्स खेलने का.
Basically
5 prodigies.
And they actually leave Shrimp to be that one. They leave that initiator alone, this guy, getting all that information, putting pressure with the dog, with those flashes. And a lot of the time, he also has these really good
Why is bro
catches on
turning
the
to
rotators
it?
as well. So for me, I'm still looking at the fade. I think just as a character, a lot stronger. No flashes though on the side of GE.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it can work to have your Sky on the lurk and apply pressure, but if the other team is
GG to the
prepared
5
for you, then
gifted.
it's something that can really backfire. You can be very readable if you base your entire
Yes,
attacking
Sala.
side around Initiator Util. I like the Sky though better, honestly, in this comp with the
पेपर
range
उसको तो
jet. I
सूट
think there's
करना
plenty
चाहिए
of
बेटा.
examples, particularly in
तू
Pacific.
पेपर
where
एक्स से बेटर
the
एमर नहीं आ
first is
सकते
you
क्या
have
दुनिया
a
में.
guiding light rather than a prowler that takes about
वो लोग
10
तो केसी
business
से हार
days to
गए.
get into the site is actually, a little
Casey.
bit better in a lot of examples, but
Imagine
only if you're fast enough to play around
The
it
team
well.
which went 4-0.
Taking a look at our
Sorry,
rosters,
0-4.
this could be the
0-4, 0-5
final
गए थे वो
game
लोग
for
शायद.
Global Esports. On the other side, AGAL is looking for a rematch against Heretics potentially, or a new fight against MIBR. This will also be an additional $25,000 if you win this.
भाई चैट मेरे को तो ये मैच का पॉइंट क्या है पता है. ये मैच का पॉइंट है कि कौन पहले बाहर नहीं होता. अबे इन लोग में से जो जीतेगा भी उन लोग का गेम MIBR या हेरिटिक्स के अगेंस्ट लगेगा.
First time you've been working all weekend. What did they miss and what are you about to see?
You miss Global
ये क्या
Esports
group
maybe not
बनाते
having the
हैं?
best start to their group, kind of getting battered around a bit by an MIBR
Fnatic
that
is
are
turned
actually playing over from
so
the A stream
believable.
and have lost their first
Qualification
map
के लिए
here
रहा
at
था उन्होंने
WC.
Fnatic को.
For AG, I think it's quite the opposite. They had a game that was
अगर
well and
जी
truly
जीत गए तो
winnable for
क्लर्ज
them,
भाई का गिव
and
कर
now they're
दूंगा.
looking for
अच्छा.
recovery here, and they've already picked up the first
मैं
map.
VR
So
वाला
let's
मैच
see
देख
if they
लूं
can
फिर.
try to capitalize on
नहीं
that
ये
and
देखना है
win
ना
this
कि ये
series
लोग
on one of their most
2-0
comfortable
होते हैं कि
maps
नहीं.
here.
And now jumping into their comfortable map, just like you said. AG, they're starting on that attack side. They've
और
been
स्प्लिट
really
देखने में
good
मजा
and
आता है
making
एनी
sure
डे.
they're setting themselves up for success. Lots of 4-1s when they do get to those gun rounds.
वो तो
But for
map
this
3 जाएगा
pistol,
100%.
They're starting with some sort of mid default, that dark cover going in, the flash, the paranoia coming back out, baiting that out from the Omen is insane. But you've spent those nades to get that.
Good stuff. AG baiting out a little bit of the mid trap there. Now GE will have to reset a little bit as this round drags on. AG, very similar to what we saw on Sunset. It is a very slow attacking side here. Trailblazer goes into the A site, once again causing a little bit of pressure. Fangir gets caught there by the C's, but Autumn, this is an excellent timing indeed Two players not even looking at him. Spike dropped, and he's not going to need to hang around for too much longer.
बढ़िया विमेन
All
push.
gamers now throwing caution to the wind. Kira straight through the middle of the map, picks up Udotan, and they're looking to pick up the pace
उनको
into the
idea
B
तो है
side.
Autumn
They're
का.
very well aware that Autumn is still inside a B main, and that's something that they're going to kind of deal with later. Kick that can
उनके
down the
दो
road,
player
so
अभी
to
मिटा
speak.
रहे हैं.
Good timing for Patman to give GE the
भाई
man
AG कितना
advantage,
खराब
and this is
खेली.
looking a little too messy here for an All Gamers who, for the second time, have got caught off. Harvey from Sewers does get an additional pick. Autumn finally cleaned up, though. Fangia could be the difference maker here.
2v2. The players are trying to keep
30
that
seconds
side.
left.
They know there's a player in heaven, though. Constantly spotting for it. I say that, but they didn't actually see him. Patman now has that haunt. It goes
Batman's
online.
low.
These players probably trying to play this crossfire.
दोनों
They have
साथ
to
में नीचे
force
कूदे हैं.
themselves out here. Patman and Crystal trying to scale.
Last player.
Short
Splitting
Crystal.
up, but it actually goes well. Crystal getting the pick onto Kira Fang
Oh!
with 3, but Crystal cleaning that up.
Yeah, All
Imagine.
Gamers still keeping it very, very close, though. That is the third pistol this series for GE. It's not something they've been having trouble winning. But getting the map wins, on the other hand, so far, not so easy to come by.
Pistols have been good.
जी थर्ड टाइम जीत रही पिस्टल.
Activity so good again. We've
बात तो
seen
सही है.
Autumn be aggressive.
पिस्टल जीत जाओ यार, मैच भी जीत
Last
जाओ
map on
ऐसी.
the Phoenix, and now here with the Jet, he's taken so many really well-timed positions. And for all gamers, I'm questioning. They just need to be a little bit more aware of the
Russian
gaps
versus Russian हो गया था वहाँ
in their
पे.
attack. But now,
What is
four
macro?
players
Macro is
towards
the
this
map
main
starts
fast
the
state,
default
trying to
play,
get that
and
pressure
micros are
down.
the mid round
Javi, he's
adjustment.
alone on this
Hi
site,
Nirvi.
but Patman from heaven trying to help Fangir the peak onto Javi, and now Udo
Oi.
somehow
Wait.
getting by on the other side of the map. Fangir getting the trade onto Patman. 3.
Udo low भी हो गया.
4v3. Sorry, Kira set up for this post plant.
Nice open plant there. Trailblazer into spawn side. All Gamers will follow it on in. Crystal under some pressure. Drops the snake bite to push All Gamers away.
Nice.
Vulnerable is GRQ, and Crystal's
Wow,
taken
Crystal
some
भी low
damage,
हुआ.
but been able to clean that one up. Autumn. One bullet
भाई
left in the
अकेला
outlaw here.
Autumn
It's a
healthy है.
tentative 3-on-3. You do not want to get ecoed as GE. And it's looking more and more likely as we go deeper into this round. Autumn caught off guard as well.
भाई वो
And
bandit से
Fangir,
round निकाल के
a
गया
cracker
भाई.
of a double entry to swing on
Nah,
from Shrimp
bro.
gives All Gamers the eco win. That is crushing for GE.
Fangir with a beautiful entry, just holding W and getting across into sight, punishing Javi for having a weird position. I mean, he put that dark cover down after that paranoia towards B main, but still was unable to hold. He just stood out back sight, switching from his util to his weapon, and got caught off guard. The timing here, you see that? So hard to deal with.
I mean, they just weren't ready for someone to be that confident.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're expecting people to take the normal timings, and Old Mate
But
is
the ego
very
कैसे
much
हार गए?
licking the snap and
फंजीर
sending
मार
it.
दिया फंजीर.
And this game
Bandit
indeed
से
has
दो निकाल
gone
के गया वो.
completely postal for GE. Fangir now, as the Outlaw active, he's got some help here. GE applying some pressure. Autumn,
उसकी पूरी टीम खड़ी
a
है
little
वहाँ पे.
over-enthusiastic, a little excitable, but quickly quietened by an AG who are yet again playing a pretty slow one on this anti-eco attacking side.
I guess you could say Autumn has now fallen. Get it?
Yeah,
All
he's
Autumn.
leaving the server, some would say. Shrimp, he is, look, on that spray, looking like a shell of his former self, you might say. Kira's also caught one. I don't want to have anything for him. And it's looking pretty good for All Gamers, quite honestly. Walking straight into an open A site. Shrimp has only lost his armor, and that's pretty much all the damage that's been done by GE here.
Yeah, just playing it slow, knowing that GE's
Spike
going to do
planted.
something maybe a little bit desperate.
Shadows traveling.
Shutting that down. But again, man, that second round was insane from All Gamers. I really like the speed up, the change of pacing. Those are the kinds of rounds that I really like to see.
Well, that's the thing about All Gamers.
I
It's
did,
just
mate.
like, at least at the start of the year, they run through VCTCN.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Kira's sending it.
अल्ट लाना था, अल्ट फार्म हो गया उसका.
Was dominated by Fangir in some of the games. Like, he's the memorable player for me. Speaking of which, that's one to forget. A little bit of damage being done here by Harvey, who's being a nuisance on spawn side. All Game are no longer really interested in trying to hunt him down, although Shrimp wouldn't mind an extra one towards the Seekers. I don't think that's going to be happening. But yeah, I've been really surprised with how well-rounded All Gamers are, to be honest, because I only really remember, you know, watching a few of All Gamers games, quite honestly. And
ओए दोस्तों अपन को किक पे CS2 Watchparty करने का परमिशन मिल गया है.
Is just yet another import coming into VCTC and hard
EWC
carrying
kick.
one of the teams.
EWC on kick. CS2.
It's quite the opposite, you know.
तो
Watching the
CS2
play here,
चालू कब से हो रहा है
I'm very impressed with
EWC
what I'm
का?
seeing. Yes, Fangir is unreal, and that second round is a perfect example of why. But they've got plenty of substance to back that up.
Yeah, I
August
think they've done
19
such a good
23.
job as well at adapting, making sure they're fixing
4
a
दिन
lot
का
of
ही है
their
बस.
issues, fixing the fundamental mistakes that they did make when they were playing in that stage 1 in VCT. But now a super quick round here. That rocket online. Kira and Fangir pushing all the way into
Nice.
B heaven, trying to find one. Beautiful paranoia behind. What? Oh my god, I can't speak by Javi. But he gets punished with the rocket.
Autumn now in the back of the site. Kira has found Crystal in the meantime.
Nice
Unicorn fighting hard from Heaven's
Good
side,
two
hand in
kills.
hand with Patman.
एक पे अल्ट है.
It's a 2-on-3 here. Spike has been dropped. Bai is up close in a pretty cheeky position, ready to swing out off the
और
contact.
इसको देखो बड़ा लर्क.
In with the backstab, and that's what I was talking about. Perfect timing.
अब जी
from
वाइल्ड
Bai
का मिला
as
था ना
soon
वो
as
क्यों
Patman makes contact with his
मिला तो
teammate,
है.
and that is a round for all gamers.
God, I really like
हाँ,
this.
क्या बढ़िया
speed up,
खेल
the
रही है
change
AG
in
यार.
pacing, and they've kept GE on their toes now. They have no idea how they're going to play this next round. And it's so nice to see. I really like this duo too, the duelist duo of Kira and Fangir. They're so good at keeping up the space together. The util there as well to follow up.
That showstopper is perfection. I mean,
Yeah.
it just shows how
ये
confident
लड़का बढ़िया player है.
your Raze player is, because yes, okay, you're shooting where the paranoia is coming from, but it's a multi-layered
एक और ही
thing.
को आ गया
Not
है,
only
right?
does he shoot his showstopper, but he also saves his
मैं
own
भी यार
life
देख लेते हैं,
because
वो third
the
bump जाएगा
momentum of
दोस्त,
the ult
anyways.
puts him into a safer position until the paranoia elapses. So it's kind of just a win-win. And that's kind of the difference between just playing Raze and looking like a bit of an idiot, fumbling your satchels, and really being one of the better Raze players in the world.
Thrifty here on the side of Global Esports. They have that rocket online, but not really using to expend it. It's instead a triple setup towards this B main. The paranoia is going to come in, but a little
फेड
bit
का
too
कोई
late.
यूटिल का
His
टाइमिंग ही
hand
नहीं कर
is already
सकते.
made his way.
वो 3 लोग आ रहे थे उसकी हेल्प
Out
करने.
of danger, these 4 players now. Leaving one.
Yeah. Leave the Outlaw over on the
Short.
extremity. Continue to apply pressure and keep GE honest. They're just going to throw out a dark cover, and you know they put a band-aid over there.
Rosh
a little
भाई
bit
मस्त
of
खुश
tape
हो
on
रहे
their
होंगे
set.
ना?
Don't worry about B. That's totally
EG का
fine.
छोटा भाई है क्या?
AG also not worried about B.
Chinese
Straight into
version.
the A site yet again here. This is looking like a bit of a trend in the mid-round against the anti-ecos. I'd love a late round stack from GE, maybe later on in the half if they end up on another one.
Set up for a nice post plant here. They're aware that heaven is open. Fangir, he's going to hear all that noise actually from spawn. But the crossfire here.
अभी सबके सब एमिन क्लियर
So
करने
much
जाएंगे.
util being used. They're re-clearing the same main. Fangir's
Oh,
playing
short.
far back, but not far enough. He gets picked off right away.
अल्ट है यूरोटॉन
It's
के
just an
पास.
outlaw though. 4 players still set up really nicely on site. They don't really have an exit strategy just yet. Kira able to get the pick off on
Never mind.
Urotan. Another pick from
टीम वर्जन
GRQ.
MIBR लगाओ.
They're just playing their exits now on the side of GE.
देखते हैं MIBR देखते हैं
That's the
थर्ड मैप
Outlaw
देखते
from
हैं.
Harvey.
चिंता मत करो.
And not as effective.
तो MIBR अभी उनका मैप
AG
तो निकालेगी.
exiting the site here. Over towards Heaven's side. Get the peek out here. Shrimp does go down. He already has his ultimate, and actually Kira is the player you would want picking up that pick
Good
because
start
he
for
needs to
AG,
build himself
bhai.
up another showstopper.
Yeah.
Now, bro, if they
2
go
so
5-1
early
MIBR,
on
please?
in
Okay.
this half would be insane. I think he's like 3 away.
Okay, let's watch MIBR game.
But now, 2
वो start हुआ क्या?
weapons saved for the side of all gamers. They did drop 3, a
Out.
little bit expensive.
Spotting
but
out
they're gonna be
one.
fine. They're gonna
Second,
ये देखते हैं, ये
potentially
देखते हैं.
pushing forward towards this Bucky.
Not gonna lie, I'm also feeling MIBR versus
We noted
TH.
Verno did grab an Odin here too.
जिन लोगों को भी देखना है हैशटैग के स्ट्रीम पे चले जाओ जी का गेम देखने.
Post plant annoyance.
Yoo-hoo!
Or MIBR if they can get there.
यार हिरला भाई
It's gonna
यार
counter with a drone. Tex.
क्या हो गया यार हार गए क्या फर्स्ट
identified.
मैच
Backpedaling away, not going to get caught by the
Nice
curve. He's able to
text.
find both.
क्या हो रहा है यार अगल
And
से
Jim
हार रहे हैं
Kushmaris both just
मैं
not
तो
quite able to clear that corner
TH
together.
versus MIBR
Tex,
देख रहा हूँ भाई.
It's minor damage, is able to find that kill, but it's
This
still a
boy.
damn good shot from
मेरे से ना
Rienz.
देखा जाए.
Even just to get the one. Not looking well
नहीं
suited
मेरे
to
को
go ahead and
कास्टिंग
convert
सुन के
this
एक्चुअली
bonus,
नींद
but
आ रही है ब्रो.
Credit where it's due.
बहुत ही सूदिंग
Door
कास्टिंग है.
shut, footsteps being made. We will just look to weaken this, clear it out. Silently repositions back towards Alley alongside Woot. That one's been burned, so it doesn't really have an easy way to try to close a gap.
Bonus
So
round है
we'll
MIBR
swap
के
over to
लिए.
Sheriff, looking for a target, but Oddspot's dialed in on the angle. Has it ready to
आसपास
go. Now it's just down to Boo. Try to see if he can find some more damage, and he does.
गिरा आसपास को बैठा दिया बू ने
One tap. And Boo, you can't be doing it again.
महंगा राउंड बे
They haven't gotten an anti-bonus yet. Time is going to be gone here for Boo, but he could absolutely take all of the guns out of their hands. Or at least one more. Here's Verno, who's going to try to run him down. Pre-fire. We'll go through.
वो तीसरे राउंड ओडे निकाल के आया है
MIBR will get themselves on board in round 3, but still ends up being quite costly.
I'm pretty
YouTube lag हो
sure
रहा है
that
क्या तुम्हारा?
Koshmaris threw his hot hands and not a curveball around that corner when they tried to swing.
How'd he done?
Watch it again if they show it in the replay. No.
Nope.
नाइस रिप्ले नाइस रिप्ले
You know what? You're
Because
right.
it was an overhand throw.
Oh.
And I think he
अभी
might
अभी
have-
good
I
morning
don't know
लग
if
रहा है
that's
मेरे को chat
intentional or
not gonna
not.
lie
Hard to say, you know.
अभी
you never
को heavy
know if
good
they
morning
just
लग रहा
assumed
है
the Tex was going to beeline it back and that they were going to catch him.
वुड की ऑफ आ गई है
Shove it back on the Vaughn. Give it an investigation after
बी
this
ऑफ
round
कर रहा
perhaps
है
to dive
और
in.
तेरी
Koshmaris been
आसपास
eating quite a bit of damage and Shorty just can't quite
कोशु की
confirm the
फील्डिंग
kill.
सेट कर दिया था हाँ ये क्या
Clear the
ट्रैप है
trip. Koshmaris now going to be realizing that he is surrounded. Could just tap the
इतनी
door
बार
switch. Prevent that flank from coming through, but for now we'll
वो
leave
देख
it
लिया
open.
देख लिया
And yeah, did get the spot out. Knows that Mazzino had scaled forward.
ओए हुआ क्या पहला
Can he win this fight?
ओ
The answer is no.
शॉट मजीनो
Clean on the
क्या बोले भाई?
reapproach. Swings
More
out the
time, more
smoke,
time.
takes down the enemy
ओटी
Phoenix.
गया था और हार गई जी
Boot now on the arrival, has the op in hand.
What?
Quick peeks, finds Aspas. Tex now going to be taken down as well as Boo. Holding
Nice.
his own in hell. Gets himself a second. Another backstab is in from
बाप
Benji.
रे बू क्या होल्ड किया वहां
And
पे
Heretics move up 3-1.
Oh, what a retake here from Heretics. The push and the pull. So good. And the instant shot from Woot, who has been really on point so far here on Ascent. That is insane.
आसपास एनिमी का मतलब दूसरों से ले
And
रहा
the
है
rest of the team just working in conjunction, and Boo, another big double kill.
मार खा के दूसरी जगह जाके
Absolutely
मारो अब
ridiculous. That means you're going to be able to push
भाई हेरिटिक्स 2-0 कर सकती है इन लोग का
onto a very weak buy. Aspas going to have the hero rifle. Was I right?
We'll go over that in a
बाप
moment.
रे बाप वुड
Let's
कहां
go back
फाइट
to the
करने
video.
जा रहा है
It's a little bit of a yes and no.
Oh, okay.
And second for now, going to be contained, not wanting to push out of this cage blind. Recon as well.
बढ़िया
Layers to
recon.
further keep them in position. And now the Molly layered
Look
in.
at
and
their
this has
positions.
been such a clean slam
Shot
of the door,
Aspas.
but clean shot from Aspas, finding Woot, getting rid of that operator.
अरे गिरा
One of the kills
आसपास
reply.
Oh,
They're looking
oh,
damn good.
Benji!
As Benji Fishy tries to find the 4K. He cannot, but Verno
1v2
just down to 5 HP. Players given an opportunity to get into closer proximity before the plant can come in. And this stops Verno from really even being
टाइम
able
दे
to
दिया
play the
वरना ने
clock.
उनको यार
For ball not to connect.
दोनों साथ में आ गए अब
They know that he's just boxed in.
About the last player I'd want to be going up against in this clutch, though. How good he's been here in Paris.
You know he can be capable of it, but Koshmaris just has the timing. The swing out. And 4-1. Heretics looking significantly stronger here on Ascent
Yeah,
compared to their last outing.
for sure. And just really good ideas on how to hold these quick B hits. Even though you lose that op early to
अब
Aspas,
फास्ट खेलेंगे ये लोग
Benji
हाँ
Fishy knows exactly what he needs to do. Second layer
अब
there.
एमआई बियर वाले हेवी फास्ट खेलने वाले हैं
Able
देखो
to get 3 kills, almost had the 4th, but was dropping down and the aim was a little bit wonky.
To go back to it was a
Yeah.
curveball to go
And
for
did
the
it-
approach into lobby, and then didn't really register how far forward the player was, so he then said the hot hands.
He had the ping on him.
A little bit of miscommunication. Either way, Heretics.
फास्ट ए स्प्लिट
Just shrug that
हाँ
off
वुड
as,
भाई
oh, good God, it's a leg shot onto Zekin, and then a tailwind forward. Big
Beautiful
fat
leg.
finger, and Koshmaris now falling into very much the same trap, trying to scale forward. Benji Fishy, however, off that neural theft reveal, will be able to find Tex.
Ooh.
Tripwire, locking Aspas down in position. He's at 1 HP. Drone to check. Mazzino going to be revealed up close. No, ping doesn't go through. Actually clears that a little bit
एक
faster,
खाली।
but now. I think that was Tex's neural. Benji just got him on the spray. Here we go.
हैं
Either way, Aspas going to be finished off. It's Verno and Mazzino now to try to clutch us out. The door shut. The shock dart just a little bit late. Verno not going to be taking any damage from that.
Who's got his ult? I wouldn't mind seeing a reposition, but or at least a check towards main. I'm just gonna go for it.
GAG का score बताओ.
Cross into the smoke. The door now broken. Verno going to be put under some more pressure here from
Oh, good
behind. But there's the
recon.
reveal, and he's got him all banged out with the Odin. Another one player's
देख लिए दोनों
position.
spotted.
They have to try to clear these. Attack with
अरे
the
Verno.
defuse, the swing around from the back. It's going to be Vizino out from main. In fact,
क्या
Vizino
shock
will find
that
those kills.
Verno.
MIBR scraping by with the win. He managed to move up to 2.
2-5 चल रहा है.
Able to
बात
hold
कर
the
दिए
line
ना.
there nicely. A really well-timed recon dart. Verno's so important in those scenarios. Has so much util left. And he can identify what's going on, even with that player disadvantage. Looked like maybe it was going to be an
देखो,
opportunity again.
Frost ने भी
for
tweet किया
Heretics to get the
5-5-5.
retake to go. At recon dart, the spot. You got the Odin. You can drone out there as well. And Heretics is left trying
Frost
to
ने
figure
ऐसी
out
randomly
which angle they need to
5-5-5
fight.
tweet किया है.
We're looking for a crunch here. And Woot just going to be contained into the corner, but there's the reveal, and Kashmaris is able to find one. Woot looking for a little bit more, gets Verno. The updraft, the check, turn to the side, Zekit is there, lying in wait, finds that kill, but Kashmaris gets the fadeaway right click, connects to the skull of Aspas. So far, so very good for Heretics.
I love the confidence from this Heretics team today.
I have retrieved the
Willing to
spike.
take these aggressive fights.
Oh, and to not just back out. Took so long for that recon to come through. Which is eating
Match
damage.
चल रहा है 5-5-5
Stays
versus
statuesque. In
वही तो बोल रहा
position.
हूँ. 5-5-5 is the
Rewarded
team,
for
bro. They are the
The
guys.
reapproach around the back. Benji Fishy here. Waiting,
Future of Pacific.
killing. Finds the first. Finds
God,
the second.
Benji.
It's clean taps. It's a clean round. Just Woot dead.
भाई Heretics
Every
2-0 कर
time
जाएगी
MIBR
यार.
try to take a step forward, they are shoved back.
And now, starting to see a little bit of stress from Mazzino. See, he's trying to figure out what is going on. They've been making some good reads here today. Nice work
आओ चलो.
off of that
इनका
blade
एक time
storm
out
too.
आएगा.
There's going to be that
Bro, G का
timeout.
split
Fraud
कैसा है?
needs to get in there.
I don't know, bro.
Get some more rounds out of this
decent.
attacker side. Sure, it's a scent. But with
And
that
there you
weight,
go. Crystal will do exactly that. From the backside of the pillar, very steady there. He had ordered to back him in from Heaven's side. And Alt Gamers trying to be a little bit dangerous. Chucking a couple ults on into that one. But not walking away with a round.
GE all of a sudden online, understanding how they want to play their defensive side. They've been snowballing these rounds now. And it's looking really nice. I'm really enjoying
Rex,
the way
कैसे
that
कैसे
they're
यार
playing
कोई
this.
कर-
And of course, by delaying for so long on site, doing a good job. Him and Javi.
वो
Javi
जी
and
comeback कर रही है बे.
Catman firing on B. It's just made so much sense. And now they're setting up Autumn for success towards that A main. But the players and all
इको भी आ
gamers
गया इनका.
rushed
5-5.
by. Just the Guardian, 2 stingers.
Yeah, tried to force into that last one. Autumn's got on this deep A info line. Crystal trying to zone all gamers away. GE well and truly aware that they're in the middle of the map. In goes the Cloudburst. It's actually a fake dash in from Fangir, and then his
यार
Cloudburst
बढ़िया
I thought was
flash
going to be
बे.
used against him.
Shot
Batman
Batman.
activating in
और
from ropes, and it's a
Batman.
huge crunch there from GE. Great reaction.
What a beautiful collapse. So quick.
क्या shot
Make
दे रहा
that these
Batman
players
बे.
don't get all that space towards heaven. And Javi just sitting on site, aware in heaven that they can't be pushed up and
अगर
out.
सीधा आप होता तो प्रेडिक्शन कौन जीता points वापस.
GRQ just going to try to get one. He might meet Autumn here, but Autumn hears him running around. The pick onto GRQ. Man, this is looking so good for GE. This next gun round, though, it's going to be a really big telltale if all gamers can figure out how to adapt to this.
Yeah, I think both of these maps have been pretty tight, honestly. I don't think either one of these teams... It could kind of be a weird situation. Like, you think regionally, playing against a team that you haven't really played before, the veto can get a little bit weird sometimes. But I think both of these teams
क्या
kind of
बात है,
ended up
भाई?
with maps that they were
वाजी,
quite
वाजी,
comfortable on. All gamers for sure knew their way around Sunset, despite not
ऐसे ही
playing it
आते
in
रहो.
Valorant. And like I said, I mean... Credit to all gamers for backing themselves. You're going to be confident on one of your best maps. But like I said, GE have been playing this map since... every iteration of this current roster, going back to the start of last year, has loved this map. Autumn
Again.
on this deep A info line. Oh, has a little bit of a greeting with Bai there, but it's not for too long.
Flash into B heaven, pushing Crystal off the angle, but still, that operator from Autumn going to push all the way up. But these 4 players from All Gamers are falling back. They're trying to crunch onto him. The jump
भाई
peek's
साहब,
not gonna
Autumn
be able to
कितना
get
आगे
him.
आया है।
Autumn being pushed back. That rope is gonna be heard. The satchels, the follow
Ah!
up. Akira unable to get the pig. Patman, beautiful support onto his duelist, and now the opening, it's gone. Fangir
50
trying to
second
get
है।
into A-Heaven, trying to get anything, but they're not gonna give it to him.
Yeah, it's going nowhere fast. Just a sliver of a timing there for all gamers, but Patman says, please come into my loving arms. I've got you, bro. Off angle from Crystal is phenomenal. All over that one after a bit of a mess in a similar position. And Patman, he has read this to a T. Easy one onto Fangir. And all gamers stuck up inside of B Heaven. Harvey from a nice off
Nice,
angle
yaar.
there. Takes a chunk out of
इतने
Shrimp.
खराब स्टार्ट के बाद जी ने
Has
हाफ
got
बदल
nothing
दिया बे।
really left to work with. Can't heal himself. He's heard the rope. And Patman will swing him regardless there. Not necessary, but he's here to send a message, as he often is. Patman is the epitome of confidence, and I think that's the perfect example of it.
जी
He's
भैया
been playing phenomenal. I think the power of friendship, holding your friend's hand as they're trying to run away.
That's what he learnt in Paper
Yes.
X.
Yes.
They always say that, you know.
कुछ तो
And then
Valo-
some things happened. I won't get into it.
वैलो खेलते ना,
वेलो खेलना है ठीक है,
वैलो
वेलो
खेलते ना, इसके बाद वैलो खेलते हैं।
वेलो खेलते हैं चलो
पर किक पे खेलते हैं, किक पे।
जी
कितनी देर है आपको?
बस अगर 2-0 हुआ तो अभी
Ready, and the Viper wall didn't go
क्या
up in
स्कोर
time
चल रहा
either.
है?
And
6-5.
One round once again. Last round of this half, trying to get it online. 5 rounds is pretty good for
28
the
or
top side.
28-year-old
Definitely
aunt,
wanna
by
try to
the
get
way.
that one more. Just the Seekers and the Omen online for all gamers. But Udo, he has that
ठीक
rocket.
है, हो जाए तो
Autumn,
मिला
beautiful
लेना, मैं
positioning
भी
down mid.
दिल्ली
ठीक है
मार
चलो भाई
Cheeky off angle. And
ठीक है ना,
Autumn
इस बार
has
ना
seen one of those
festival
before back home for
आवाज
sure.
बहुत आ रही है तुम्हारी
Not
चलो
too
निकलो
worrisome for him.
ठीक है
And a
ना,
little dink from Patman. On to Fangir, who was trying to walk out. He made him
अबे!
Wait,
caught by the seas. You
यार।
can't blame Patman for trying to capitalize, but that's where Fangir will rip the map wide open. It's not really super clear about how AG are going to put the pieces together here, but that is exactly it. Spike passed over to GRQ, and he's going to
यूरोन पे अल्ट है।
over towards A.
Ult बड़ी हो
Seeker's
सकती
coming
है।
out as well here. AG very much trying to feel this one out.
Getting that spike down, but the Seekers is going to catch Autumn by also turning around, looking at the right time. Udo going with that rocket. Going to pick off
कोई
Shrimp.
डैमेज नहीं लगा
That's a big
यूरोडॉन को।
pick. 4v3 now, but Kira, he's all the way on an island towards mid. A late flank. He has to speed up because these
भाई
players
फ्लैश
they're
पहले आ जाता
starting
मजा आ
their
जाती
lead
यार।
take elbow. Paranoia coming out. Fangir with a pick. All of a sudden the trades are down for all gamers. And a really nice crossfire onto site.
Yeah, for sure. I think some great off angles being played there by all gamers, and a great paranoia timing out of elbow. Gave GE too much to deal with, despite being a little bit disjointed. Very impressive at how quickly they put that
क्लर्ज
round together.
भाई स्टेज पे बैठ के
That was
स्ट्रीम
two
स्नाइप
players
करना
caught
अलाउड
by
है।
a
हाँ,
season A main. You get a pick on the A
वो
side
स्टेज
of the
पे
map.
बैठ
The
के
rest
स्ट्रीम
of
भी
the
देख
team
सकते हैं अगर किसी
are
की
in
देखनी होगी तो।
completely different postcodes. But passing that spike over to the Omen, who has the ult available, really helped them streamline and put that together. Similar to Sunset, there really is not too much separating these two teams as we head into the second half.
Yeah, all gamers really good at punishing the second that they get that first pick. It's been really nice to see Patman obviously exuding confidence, maybe a little bit too much in that last round, going for that 1v1.
Yep.
The C's was there, but still it's risky, especially when you know that you have no players around you to support.
Yeah, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And I think for Patman, that kind of experience is not really going to sway him too much. He's just going to keep doing what he always does.
I think it makes sense though, because if he doesn't do that one round where he got that 3K, supported Autumn on his fallback, I think it makes a lot of sense. But now, this is going to be where it shows which team has done their homework, which
अबे
team
मैं ट्विटर
has
पे
done
हर
a lot
दूसरा
with their
पोस्ट
preparation.
हाइडर भाई आपने गेम खेला?
6-6. Pistol's going to be super
Wait,
important.
wait.
Global esports, they've been really successful with their pistols. They lost that
लक्ष्य भाई वो
second
तुमसे बात
round
नहीं करना चाहते
earlier in this game. And whoever
ए,
wants
तुम
to
चुप
get
बैठो
ahead
ना, वो
just
तुमसे
start
बात
to
नहीं करना
snowball
चाहते।
for the
लक्ष्य भाई
second
तुमसे
half.
बात नहीं करना चाहते Kindly shut
तुम वो इसीलिए नहीं
For all
बात
gamers.
करना चाहते।
Kindly
Would
shut
love
up.
to
तुम्हारे
just
जैसे गंदे
close
मुंह
out
से
this
बात नहीं करना
series that
चाहता
has
कोई
been
गटर
और तुम्हारे
pretty
जैसे
strugglesome for them
बसाए
so
मुंह से
far.
बात नहीं करना
Sunset was
चाहता
not a
कोई।
slam dunk by
अबे
any stretch
बसाए
of the
मुंह तो ठीक है
imagination.
होता है एक
It's
सेकंड
heading
के लिए
in much
गटर
the
मुंह
same
का गंदा होता
direction.
है सब गटर जैसी चीजें होती है
One of the
उसमें
teams that
नहीं तुम बसाए
probably
मुंह।
have some pretty good
अबे बसाए होगा
representation
फ्रंगूर
across
वाव
some of the other
फ्रेशनर मार के
games
ठीक
here
हो
at
जाऊंगा
EWC.
गटर
हाँ।
तुम्हारा साफ नहीं होगा कभी जिंदगी में
The
लोग
crossfire
हट के
team's
जाएंगे
pretty
अंदर
good.
चुप बैठो
I've been
ट्री।
told a few times.
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever watched a game of Crossfire before, but that's what I heard on the grapevine.
I'm really looking at all gamers here because
चालू हो जाती है ट्री की बस
I think the beginning of this
बंद कर दूंगा बैटरी बता रहा हूँ तुम्हारे ट्री की
every single time they've played it in the qualifiers, and so far the 6-6 scoreline, it's not convincing me, just showing me that these teams are really neck to neck.
That's what I was saying.
I wasn't convinced, but hey,
there wasn't much
esports.
to convince by it, to be fair.
That's true.
GE now on the attacking side, straight up the guts. Fangear, not the player that you want to be seeing on the other side of that one. He's going to join up with GRQ on this B site, and they'll just play retake here. All gamers have very quickly mobilized. They're going to retake B heaven control and make this a little bit easier to digest here if possible. Satchel out. They want to clear middle. GE haven't put that spike down. Nice right click from Harvey to start things off. By with the quick entry, but GE are starting to punish some of this flood from AG. Spike hasn't even gone down yet. Patman finally putting that down as GE have got themselves a man advantage.
The healing up his team. 3 players though. 2 of them going towards heaven. The spam through the smoke onto Javi. That's going to be annoying. Udo is right below this rope. They're looking to drop with those nades. The flash finally online for Shrimp. Uses it. Drops. Spawns. Udo not able to get anything. Vangear with 3.
Anything for the 6-7, bro.
Shot onto Crystal, and all of a sudden this round has flipped on its head.
Oh, just all it took there from all gamers, really. Udatan under the rope, needed to at least take one with him and make all gamers' life a little bit more difficult from that. All coming from the same angle. But Fangear has yet again, in a pistol round, done something illegal. 3K from him, that spam kill onto Harvey.
मैं पूछ रहा था आपने गेम खेला?
Honestly, just brings tears to your eyes.
Valorant खेला मतलब ऐसा solo queue duo queue.
He's just spamming and just to pull it as he's turning away.
भाई क्योंकि आजकल हर दूसरे गेम में चीटर है बोल रहे हैं.
All gamers will be happy with it though. Starting off this defensive side in a good position. The first pistol they've been able to glean for themselves in this game so far.
तुमसे बात किया क्या हर्ष भाई?
नहीं तुम खेलो मत ना.
नहीं तुम अपने आप को इंक्लूड क्यों कर रहे हो? अबे अपने आप को इंक्लूड क्यों कर रहे हो? आपको कोई इंक्लूड करना चाह रहा है? ओ माय गॉड, ये टिर्री की बैटरी बंद करो हाइड्रा भाई कोई.
Down to 72.
ये टिर्री का मुंह चालू हो जाता है बात पे.
Applying a little bit of pressure to unsettle all gamers.
अरे मैं पूछ किसी और से रहा हूँ, आप क्यों मुंह बंद कर रहे हो अपना? मुंह बंद करो अपना. मुंह बंद करो अपना.
वो बोल रहे क्यों मुंह बंद कर रहे हो?
Players here for all gamers.
अरे
बोलते रहो भाई.
They're just running the orb so far, really trying to min-max that showstopper as quickly as possible. Wall does get dropped, but
हाँ ना हाइड्रा भाई इसको 2 चांटे लगा के बंद करो
the rest
इसको.
of all gamers have arrived to the party, and it's a great time so far.
GE को सपोर्ट करो यार.
GE not really getting too much done until you get a little bit of messiness from Shrimp, but 1 kill is not really going to trouble all gamers too much. You're happy with that anti-eco.
Yeah, you just want to make sure that next time for GE on that
बताओ हर्ष भाई फिर
he's just going
कैसे?
alone. That's a little scary for Javi.
हर्ष भाई पेपर एक्स भी कैसे आ रही बताओ यार.
Unable to follow up. The explosion wasn't really there for them. Pop play through that smoke.
यार ये बीच में क्यों लगा के रखा है कोई मुझे बताओ ना.
I think now I'm looking at all gamers this bonus round. They've been somewhat aggressive before when they've played this.
अच्छा तो तुम्हारे कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से चलाएं.
Good plans going into it.
Stop hitting.
Full gun buy.
तुम्हारे कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से चलाएंगे अब. तुम जैसा बोलोगे वैसा.
Outside of this A, playing really passive, holding. This is what they did all of last match.
पीसी पे देख रहा हूँ स्ट्रीम क्या बात है.
But Bai is going to be playing it safe all the way back on A side while 4 of his players are grouped up towards mid. I say he's safe, but he jumps back into spawn, getting picked off. And Autumn, I really like that GE aren't scared to take the rest of that space. Full sight now, getting that spike down. 4 players still in mid from all gamers. It's going to take a while for them to come back to it.
You can't really feel for Bai there. I mean, he walks into traffic. The red man was very much present. So, bit of natural selection, unfortunately. As all gamers organize themselves for a little bit of a flank. Harvey, who was trying to apply some pressure to in the middle of them earlier on in the round, will get hit by the guiding light. Going to reply with paranoia, but that doesn't really unsettle all gamers too much. Crystal putting up the wall, zoning with the snake bite. Trailblazer and Paranoia will push him back. Patman, they're aware of him in the corner here. They're going to try to push him out. Guiding light and paint shells to follow up. All gamers are scaling in pretty nicely here, but the rest of GE pushing straight through that dark cover on A main. And Fangear, I couldn't even tell you what he was looking at there, quite honestly. He's going to go down to the spike. And GE anti-bonus converted, but not without some losses.
2 guns down. Not going to be too harsh on them. Still going to be able to
MMR
full buy for
qualify
that
तो
next
होगी
round.
हाँ होगी anyways.
Now GE going to be a little bit happier. Trying to understand how
वो
they want
Shrimp
to
ने
play
इसको
this
something
map.
कूट
That
दिया था
4-1
उड़ रहा था.
tends to work for them.
खड़े हो रहा था ना
Maybe we're gonna see
Shrimp.
a little bit more mid control here. Trying to bait out that Sky Util. I just really like the way that All Gamers has
So
been
something
playing
with
well
और
together. The
खड़े हो
operator
और
online for Fangir as well. He's been doing absolutely phenomenally this whole game. 18 and 11. The first peak, though, going to be towards that B. He's not going to do anything way too aggressive, just holding passively. And for GE, using that Prowler, getting information, but falling back towards that mid.
I mean, this has just been their MO, really. Little bit of pressure in the early round. See if AG do kind of react with anything. You were kind of pointing out some of the aggressive tendencies from All Gamers at the best of times, and I think GE are kind of well aware of that. Both of these teams have been playing pretty slow on attack so far in this series, and once again, it's another 1-4 here for GE, but they might walk straight into the operator.
Arshtury bhai is so irritated.
All Gamers slow? Did we not watch the same half?
Okay, yeah, true. That the first
मैं Hyderabad से कुछ बात करूँगा.
rounds that were slow though.
Thank you, though. He's about to spot out these players.
Three भाई को
Gonna
rage
hear
bait.
that rage.
Shot! Oh my God!
Flick onto Autumn, and now these players flooding into sight for All Gamers, ready to get the
120.
big GRQ, getting Udo 10, shutting him down. This execute
Shit, yaar.
absolutely decimated. The spike has been dropped. Crystal on the other side of the map, getting a pick towards mid. Reaggressing here,
Almost connect
retaking,
किया.
almost got the pick through the smoke, and Crystal all of a sudden left in a 1v4.
30 seconds.
Yeah, no,
Maybe at
unfortunate. I
210.
mean, he was the A lurker
Wow.
earlier on, and they wanted to set him up for a bit of a lurk
अच्छा है ना
play
ये
in the
गेम
mid
देखें ये
round, but
better है.
there was no mid round. AG passing the test nicely there. They'll go through this round with 4 guns up. GE, I don't know if their economy can really handle this here. 2 players are looking
10
pretty
seconds
poor. Gonna have to ask some of
देखो
the other
अर्श भाई
boys
आपके
to
लिए
help
POV
them
दिखा
out,
रहे
I
हैं.
guess.
Yeah, I feel like what we've seen from them, though, is really good.
ये देखो
work
अर्श भाई
on him.
ऐसे ऐसे.
Udo one-off rocket. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get it on him. Try to do some sort of quick play off that, or at least a pop execute. Try to get that round under their belts.
I don't think AG would be either.
You was lost. You were
Be
lost.
well aware that GE will want to be going for those, and this is just one of the best maps to kind of punish that guy. I mean, he's just showing off at this point.
That shot was nasty.
Very something-esque. Is not too surprising given where Fangir comes from.
Oh my god. No high five is crazy. Ah, there it is. We're saved.
No high five until the game is done.
This round, though, 2 rifles. The side of GE, their economy is a little bit rough. They will.
What's the meaning of tree by the way? Trees, Harsh bhai.
The op still online for Fangir. He has all of B main, but these players are going super fast.
क्लोज आपके जी का मैच देखना शुरू करते ही जी हारने लगी.
It's in tow here.
अबे
Kira
बेशरम आदमी
made
तू
a bit
थोड़ा
of a
सा
deal
है
of that
क्या
one, but good
जी
thing
का
Fangir
लंदन क्वालिफिकेशन
is
सब कुछ
chilling on
मैंने
the B
देखा
side. B main
तब
is
जाके वो लोग
dirty
क्वालिफाई
though, I would
किए. एक
assume.
और आदमी है
And so, of
जो
course,
वो टाइम
Fangir
मैच
will be a
नहीं
little
देख
bit
रहा था
concerned about that.
तब जी जीती है याद रखना.
Reposition back to
याद
B
रखना
main.
मेरे को पनौती
Still so
बोलने से
scared
पहले
of
ना
this B heaven.
इस
This
दूसरे
might be
आदमी
the
को बोलो.
lead. AG.
याद है जब जी लंदन क्वालिफाई करी थी तब कौन देख रहा था और कौन नहीं देख रहा था याद है तुम्हें?
If they see this raise, Udo walking into
याद
this
करो अच्छे से.
crosshair, but the pick, nothing. He gets a nice tag onto Crystal, 29 HP. The execute, they're going in.
It's a good pick from Autumn. Needed to check that corner. That could have been a bit of a disaster. What
Shot,
a
man.
satchel from Udatan. Operator on the ground in towards spawn side, but GE not overcooking this one. They've got a lot of good ults to work with now. Showstopper on Udatan. Crystal could get the pit down if necessary. Out comes the rocket.
Oh, big goal!
Not even sure if he saw him in the corner there. I don't know where that page shells is going, but
क्या
Blaze
बात है
under a lot
Udatan.
of pressure. And as such, will fall to Udatan, who has just cracked that round open for GE. And look at all of the guns they picked up as a result. This is massive for the attackers.
Yeah, the winning condition for All Gamers there was just Fangir getting that shot off on B main. But also Kira playing so close, a little bit rough. Especially when you know that they're on that low buy, instantly getting punished. Crazy round here from GE, but I really like the reads. Definitely scary coming back into that B main. They knew the op was set up somewhere, but a nice gamble. Especially because they caught off Kira.
I mean, that is a calling masterclass from Happy.
तूफान आ गई तूफान.
They are playing a very similar comp themselves, and they know how to play around that B main operator. Something that has been piloted many moons ago by Paper Rex. Patman knows his way around this comp. They know the theory and how to deal with it, and I think that's a
Crazy
perfect
बारिश
example
हो
of
रही है
them
बे!
just really utilizing all of the strengths of the comp that AG are trying to employ
एक ही
and
stream में
using
दो-दो
it against
तूफान।
them there.
हर्षद तुम्हारे उधर तूफान आ रहा है क्या?
Side of all gamers, they're
भाई
obviously
आवाज
gonna be
तो है ना
upset with that
हेडफोन के
one.
थ्रू आ रहा है
Feels a
धड़धड़।
है ना,
little bit
मेरे
like
को भी
things
वही
are
आवाज
losing
आया।
that last match,
वाह।
losing after getting thrifty.
जिम
That's a
निकलने
round that
के
loses you
लिए
the game.
जैसे बाहर निकला घर से
And now
भाई
they've
इतनी
usually had
जोर
a
से
good result
बारिश आई
off of these
इतनी जोर
timeouts,
से
just knowing
फिर
what
तुम
they
उड़ने
have to
गए?
clean up.
अबे
GE,
कार में था मेरे को
अच्छा,
कुछ
अच्छा।
घंटा दिख रहा नहीं था ब्रो
confidence. I love
घंटा नहीं
that they're
दिखा
still
कुछ
so confident
और
no
मेरे
matter
मेरे
what
घर
they're
से
doing,
घर की
they
पार्किंग
were
देखी ना
down.
क्लर्ज भाई
It
तुमने
didn't matter.
किधर से निकालता हूँ भाई मुझे दिख रहा ही
I'm
नहीं है
all
लेफ्ट
gamers
राइट
though.
में
I'm not
मिरर में
sweating
कुछ
too hard. I feel like their general
खिड़की
macro
नीचे
on
ले
the
रहा हूँ तो भीग
defensive
जा रहा
side
हूँ
has been
यार
working really well for them. Again, just whiffing a
You know,
couple
bro could
shots.
fart
Also
his way out
playing
of a
a little
cyclone.
bit too close. They didn't have
Yeah,
time to
Klurge
re-clear
can.
that B heaven. like they
नहीं,
did
you
take it
can,
with
bro.
their thrifty.
Bro, actually इसमें जब बारिश हो रही होती है तेज ना, तुम अपने आप को खुला छोड़ दिया करो, तुम हवा के साथ चले जाओगे।
Just weren't correct. The positioning
मैं
just
कैसे
wasn't
पाद
there
के
in
उड़ूंगा
time.
भाई मैं तो साइलेंट
Now we're
मारता
gonna
हूँ
see a low
फाद
buy
के
from
नहीं
the side
उड़ोगे,
of all
ऐसे ही उड़
gamers.
जाओगे।
Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag.
Oh.
Trying to min-max the money to go a little bit deeper into this game. It's still got plenty of legs in it.
ज्यादा तो वैल्यू खेलने आजकल
तुम
बारिश
पकड़
हो तो
लूंगा
क्या
ना।
Great economy.
तुम
We
तो
were
उड़
talking
नहीं
about how many
पाओगे।
rifles
Facts.
they picked up
सुनामी
in
भी
just
आ
that
जाए
round
तुम एक ही
previous.
जगह पे रुको।
4 stacks
Facts.
over here towards B early
भाई रील पे
on.
कमेंट देखो
Autumn
ना सब
dodges the
everyone
boom
is
bot
talking about
nicely.
Klurge.
And there's no sky there for GE.
Bro, I mean they are
Will
obsessed.
be able to get healed up as we go
Malai
deeper into this round.
Momo
They are
बन
not
चुका
obsessed
See
bro
GE
you are
on the other
obsessed
side of things. They were looking to really punish aggression on the
Bro,
extremities.
मेरे
This is a
को-
classic
मेरे
Patman
मेरे को तो
move on
एक
an
एक ने
entry,
लिखा है
just
भाई,
walking straight
क्लर्ज
through
भाई
the
आज
middle
से
of the
3
map.
साल पहले आपको मिला था तब आप क्या सुकड़ी हड्डी थे।
Sees him in ropes, Spanky. You're getting the
आज ऐसा
pick
लग
on
रहा है
the
कि पूरे
Patman, and again,
मोहल्ले
the
का खाना आप ही
punish.
खाते हो, ऐसा
These
कुछ।
players, they're zooming into the safe side, trying to get
गलत तो
it.
नहीं बोल
He
रहा
is straight up not having a good time.
No,
bruv.
but he was proud
Crystal
actually.
Gonna put the pit down. They're really trying to dig their heels in. Autumn is cripplingly low from earlier, and that's an operator going down.
अबे अब ये लोग इनको निकाल रहे हैं।
Showstopper going into the side, GE. This
भाई ये
is
क्या
a pretty
result
big
करता है किरा?
fumble after a massive thrifty in just
What?
the round
Thrifty with
previous.
thrifty?
AG take a timeout and respond with one of their own.
Beautiful timeout call.
Facts से आ रहे हैं।
Going all the way back, getting the read as well onto
2
Patman.
हफ्ते
They've
के लिए जाना
known
बस,
and
तो
they've
चले
done
जाओ
their
कैब
homework.
करके 2 हफ्ते गेम
See
खेलने।
that his tendencies are to walk up mid. Getting that pick was beautiful. The re-clear shrimp, beautiful with the util as well.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just, it's illegal as someone from Pacific to question Patman. Because he's just so good, but yeah, some of the rounds this series,
आज
there's
gaming
been
होगी
some
क्या?
great ones, there's been some
Possibly.
not so
Kick
great ones,
back.
and that one was unfortunately more of the latter. All dealt with by Kira, GE. They do have a follow-up buy to this one. Autumn's found GRQ, but Kira able to safeguard ropes for the meantime. Oh my god, Patman has dodged the Trailblazer. That is perfection. Kira's
Beautiful
found Harvey
scale
in the
up by
meanwhile. This is
Patman,
so
bhai.
disjointed from both sides, but Patman, a little bit unhappy with how that last round went, is starting to take this one over. Spike being picked up now by Crystal. As the Prowler hasn't cleared out by, that's not the timing that Patman was looking
वो
for.
दोनों
and
साथ
now
में
we're
खेल रहे हैं।
2-on-2.
2v2 दोनों
Operator
दोनों
with knives on
जेट
lock
वाइपर
for
वर्सेस
Frenzy
जेट
if he
वाइपर।
wants to pop those. The op and knives.
वो दोनों के पास ऑफ है, दोनों के पास नाइफ्स है।
Because Autumn's also set up. A lot of delay. The orb. Making sure that spike gets planted and just holding this right side of heaven. They're going to be able to spot each other out. The timing on these scopes. Not seeing Jet's head. Autumn hearing those knives getting popped. A little bit spooked. Popping his. 2v2.
Oh, the drop
Nice.
down. Punished by Crystal.
Nice.
Under too
Crystal
much
अकेला
pressure
निकाल
there.
दिया।
GE able to pick themselves up another round after a little bit of an upset in the round
मुंबई में तो भाई
previously.
दिक्कत ही ना आप ना
Yeah,
नहीं,
had some
एक्चुअली मैं तो
messiness,
था नहीं,
has
मेरा
to
तो
be said.
हमारे यहाँ आज तक नहीं हुई।
But good recovery from GE.
You question Patman's timing. Look at that round.
That's what I'm saying. You
Look
know,
at
you
that
can't question it. You
round.
can't question it because then he does this.
He dodged the dog through
And-
the
and-
smoke.
You know, could you ever tell him to stop? No. You know,
हर्ष भाई
there is no stopping.
I mean,
bhai
he
ji.
wins rounds like that.
वो codes
I would never
live
tell
है
him
क्या
to
जो
stop.
भेजे
The op
थे वो?
online though for Autumn going for an
I'm not
A7
sure.
pick this time.
Not
Didn't
sure.
ask
Yeah.
But
मैंने कल
Fangir
चेक
is
किया था
actually about to
तूने
peek
स्टोरी
into
डाली
it.
थी
नहीं
Oh, this could not be
Board's
good
live ही नहीं
news
गए
here
मैं
for
डालना
Autumn. Would be a cracker of a
Shot.
shot if he comes away with it, but that angle is far too favorable for Fangir. Udatan also spotted outside of A. Throws out his paint shells. He's seeing a lot of green on his screen, and I'm not talking about the new Shrek movie. Shrimp now finds himself a
Nice.
pick, but he doesn't even clock onto the fact that
3-4.
Zarby's just TP'd into the back of the site. which is not ideal at all. Now GE definitely have a chance in this round.
Using that smoke, that dark cover, tapping the spike, trying to find any numbers advantage, anyone giving them that peek. But of course, All Gamer is going to play with so much discipline. Autumn, Fangir, sorry, going with that op. Spotting, not going to catch anyone off guard. Nice off angle here from Patman. Now the flank.
Op being swapped over to GRQ. They're going to kick this one off with the paranoia, and Kira will almost certainly dive into the site. Harvey can't see a thing, wants to play that close angle. He's been spotted out. The Cloudburst is maybe helping him a little bit, but not enough. Only able to come away with one, and that is perfection for All Gamers. Mana advantage, all the high percentage pieces of utility exactly where you'd want them, and as such, an easy retake. GE, I've got to be sweating now.
They got to figure out how to shut down Fangir, man. He's just been having such a good game, and he's won that op battle now 2 rounds in a row. Able to pick him off.
Got a timeout for GE here. Feels like we're going into the dying hours of this series unless they can show some resilience. Being a very, very back and forth game indeed against an All Gamers who look like they're in pretty good form. Like game against Heretics, I felt like
shoot kar rahe bhe
good stuff for them. We've talked about how they've been
Brazil versus Norway
pretty good in China so far. Great kickoff and just
big
missing
upset
out there in stage 1.
Norway will win.
Another international.
For me,
Honestly,
I'm really surprised with
EWC
their map
performance
pool,
and
All
stage
Gamers,
performance
they've kind of had a
are
history of not
very
having the
different for every
deepest
team.
map pool, not the
Agree,
best.
disagree, bro?
Bro,
what they
actually,
can play,
coping
but now
mechanism.
We've seen their sunset.
No, I mean,
we
जो
saw their
last time
Haven
हमने
versus
देखा,
Team
उसी हिसाब से
Heretics,
बोल
which
रहा
was one of those maps that we
Last
really
time,
questioned a long
Fnatic
time ago.
Champs final में थी,
This is
EWC
so
final में
often
थी,
now that we've seen their playbooks.
साथ में थी.
They've done a really
समझ रहे हो?
good job this off
And where
time
was
when they
Heretics?
did not qualify for
Heretics भी तो
Masters.
अच्छे खेल रही थी.
They
Throughout-
managed to do a lot of really
Through-
good work
throughout
on
the
their
tournament
fundamentals,
खेली तो
along
रही थी.
making sure
अबे तो
they're
first
studying,
EWC
putting in the
last वाले तो
work
था
to
हाइड्रा भाई.
study.
नहीं
We
लास्ट
have
तो
these
ये
setups
जीती थी ना
on
कोई
these
कोई
maps and
अरे हेरिटिक्स ही जीती थी, हेरिटिक्स ही जीती थी अगेंस्ट फनाटिक. फनाटिक 2-0 अप थी, उसके बाद हेरिटिक्स कमबैक करके 3-2 गई
यार
थी.
2024 में आया ना EWC.
हाँ तो वैलोरेंट नहीं था.
Let's see what they can come up
Yup.
with. Quick
Valorant
one
partner
over
last
towards the
tour
B
हुआ है.
side of the map. Fangir on the line, scouted.
Heretics 13-2 MIBR
scanned
कर
out
दी.
by the horn.
हाँ,
and
जीत
pushed
गए
away
Heretics
by
one
the
side.
utility. That's a decent entry on in there.
अबे
for
ascent
GE
था,
with a
MIBR का
1-1
fielding
onto
set था दोस्त.
GRQ. Kira on the same line. Spotted out there, the dark
अब
cover.
पता है MIBR का मैच लगेगा इनके अगेंस्ट.
Spike down. Oh, no,
फिर करेंगे
it's
farming.
There is a bit of a
G fighting.
gap in the smokes
He's
there
gonna win.
for GE. It's been thrown a little bit too quickly. Dink onto Fangir. He's lucky to be alive. I gotta be honest here. Yudatan not seen by the Boombot, but will be by the Trailblazer as he tries to zone them away with the satchels. Still a 4-on-4 here. AG really struggling to break through on this retake until Kira
nice,
finds an
Patman
entry.
gets
Great
two.
reply from Patman. That gives him the Nightfall, and I don't think that AG can
Save
complete
करना
this
चाहिए अब.
retake now. Shrimp's the
Stage
only
2
player
की
high on
बढ़िया of
HP.
course.
That's a decent angle for him to take that peak, but still not good enough. One tap in reply for Patman, and
No,
Fangir
it's
will
one
get an
single
exit,
guy
but
who's
that's all.
fighting for everything.
He'll have access to double digits now for GE.
Fangir
man.
unable to get that first pick on B once again. He struggled with that
Bathroom
high
जाओगे
angle
stream
throughout
देखो.
this game. And GE, they're really using that to their advantage, going really quick. I really want to see them do something similar.
Let's मेरी physics
maybe
की class
on the
join
east side
करोगे?
with their gun buy, because it feels like every time they're on the Thrifty, they have a lot more confidence, or at least on the weird buy. And now going into this next round, I'm going to be interested to see what they change up here for All Gamers. Fangir, he's had success in A. He's had success towards mid. He's struggling a little bit just with that B main pick. When he falls back into sight, he manages to do a
6-7.
good job.
6-6-7.
But then the setup just falls apart. He's staying towards that B. They're worried they're going to do that again. But instead, it's a really fast A split.
अरे इसकी अल्ट हमेशा कनेक्ट होती है यार.
Yudatan down early. Autumn looking to try to follow up on the fact that they've lost the opening
They're
pick,
still
but Shrimp
fighting
has
it.
got Kira covered. Healed up in the corner despite the fact that he's vulnerable for the snake bite, and it's just not comfortable enough.
कैसे
Autumn, I'm
जिंदा है
surprised he
वहाँ
comes
पे
away with
बे?
that one. The satchel was definitely
मरता ही
making
नहीं
him
क्या भाई?
uncomfortable. GRQ smoked off for the time being. GE forced to slow this one down.
Slowing it down. Trying to see if there's any overextension here from the side of All Gamers. They're not going to give it to them, though. Fangir has full mid control. That Prowler is going to get Shrimp. Nothing too crazy. Falls. GRQ still has a Paranoia online. Patman really trying to get Shrimp to peek out of that corner. The re-clear, though, towards A Heaven is going to get delayed as Bai puts up his wall, uses that molly as well, the snake bite. So much time wasted here. All gamers doing a good job of baiting.
They're well aware of where GE are. 30 seconds on the clock and you're going to go around the world to B.
30 seconds.
I mean, they were just clearing out the flank, I guess. Both teams well aware of each other's movements here. Shrimps tucked into the back of the site. Bai with the jump spot will confirm. GR
First second, good flash.
but the paranoia looks
निकाल गया by round.
All game is peeking off the back of that. Series point for
फिर से
them.
OT what? I don't think so OT भाई.
Again, these setups from all gamers
अगर फैंजी बढ़ जाए तो 70% चांस मिलता है विन का.
I really like to see it off the back of those first initial.
अभी भी हर्ष भाई?
I really like that they hear that satchel going
भाई
fast
ये round
towards
क्या
A
था
Heaven,
बे?
and immediately the answer.
भाई वो अकेले किरा और श्रिम्प ने जो रैंप होल्ड किया है ना.
As well with Shrimp, the
Bop.
healing through the snake bite, the satchel just to delay a little bit longer. No overextension here by Shrimp as well, enabling him to just delay for so long. Patman using all his utility to try to clear him out from sight, to try to bait some sort of peek, and it just didn't work. And now all of a sudden, this last potential round, low buy, weird buy,
भाई देखो भाई.
from Global Esports.
Yeah,
दो वैंडल है
they're
बस.
Shoving their way through the middle of the map to meet up with Crystal. Uditan is one off the
GG chat.
showstopper, but he's lost Patman in the meantime.
GG, look at the molly भाई साहब.
Rockets out
Shot
now, but he's
पे.
been plucked from the air. What a shot from Fangir. And he's hungry for more.
Chat,
And he's
iron
got one
operator,
to
I'm
Crystal,
telling
just
you all.
sitting in the snake bite.
It's the iron operator.
But, we'll choose to meet up with the rest of the boys.
जी,
All
तो bye
gamers
bye
on
ना
the brink of closing this
That's
one
bye-bye.
out unless you get something outrageous.
That's a bye-bye.
From Autumn and Crystal here for Global Esports. Heal coming through from Shrimp. Another warning
6-7.
shot from Fangir. GE just
6-6-7.
continuing to tap the spike, just praying for a mistake from all gamers, but nothing's being given here. Autumn on the line.
Shot. 1v3,
Dealt with by
1v4.
Fangir. All down to Crystal in a 1-on-4. He cannot
भाई
see a thing.
4-0 का ये लोग EWC में बे.
Needs to pick up the spike here.
No frost, no party, I guess.
High-low on one side and op on the other side. And it looks like he's walking in towards his death. All gamers holding the line, chipping down at him. It's a nice double, 25 seconds now.
Hold up.
And Kira and Fangi are going to give Crystal some respect and some space to work with. If he could get the spike and get the plant down, then he will actually have a pit. And this is a very winnable 1-on-4. This could be one of the best ones we've seen in quite some time. I cannot believe that shot hasn't connected from Fangir. Jump spot in from Kira. It's another fake plant. He's just peppering away at him. He has to commit to the plant now, and Kira will go on in, try to cancel it, and he'll be successful.
Game निकाल के गया भाई वो Kira.
Anticlimactic end there for all gamers, but good enough. And GE there. Through to that progression match.
GG, bro. G.
Redeeming a lot of what they have.
No frost, no party.
Really well, this match.
See you, G, in stage 2.
Yo, G forgot how to play split in a week.
In 1 week?
Definitely Frost.
Fraud. Yes.
No, definitely Frost का fault है भाई.
Frauds बोल रहा है भाई.
Doesn't matter because now they
Frauds
have a
तो कोई
lot
और
more
है.
to work on. For all
Frauds
gamers,
तो अभी खेलेंगे XLG के against.
Beautiful start, sorry, for their story for the rest of the game.
Rematch.
They struggled to prove themselves. They struggled to qualify for Masters, but now they've won a game here at EWC.
And well earned.
अब Valo Gaming,
honestly.
अब मैं
I
Valo
think
Gaming
they
होगी.
probably could have won their
Keep
first game.
it.
GE giving them a run for their money though. I think that the first series we saw from GE in this tournament was
क्या stage 2
really
में
nothing
कुछ
to
कर
write
पाएगी
home
जी?
about. But this was a winnable game for
Probably.
them. I felt like on both maps they had the potential to close
Teams
it out.
are better
but
than them.
As I've said all series long, continually impressed with what we're seeing from all match. I mean, they're not going to have an
ये
easy
कैसी statement हुई? समुंदर में पानी होता है आज statement.
and hit their ceiling. They've got a chance at least.
Do you have an MVP? Because Fangir definitely
Oh भाई.
for the second half that jet
ओए चैट ये गेम देखने का मेरा बिल्कुल मन नहीं है. अब ये गेम 22 मिनट बाद है.
You know, like they
मैं 22 मिनट वेट नहीं कर रहा एक गेम
आओ भाई
देखने
खेले
के
फिर
लिए.
वालो.
आ जाओ खेलते क्योंकि अब अगला गेम 20-22 मिनट बाद है भाई वैसे भी. एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क किक डालो चैट और किक पे आ जाओ फट.
ओए भाई सुनो ना यार.
हाँ बोलो ना.
भाई यार मेका खेले क्या?
अरे तो सुनो ना एक काम करते हैं 2 गेम वैल्यू खेलते हैं बस 2 गेम और उसके बाद मेका खेलते हैं.
अबे यार
अबे यार तुम मेका में क्या खेलोगे? एक तो डिफॉल्ट मैप खेलते हो, माँ कसम कोई कस्टम मैप भी नहीं खेलता।
कस्टम खेलेंगे और क्लच भाई बहुत चीजें नई आई है, नया मोड आया है, उसमें नए बॉडी शेप्स आए हैं, देयर आर सो मेनी न्यू थिंग्स नाउ।
तुम लोग गू खाते हो ना भाई, नया कस्टम डाउनलोड ही नहीं करना बोलते हो।
और नया मैप भी आया है, तुमने नया मैप खेला नहीं अब तक?
अरे वो पता है मेरे को, वो ट्रैफिक लाइट वाला मैप ना।
उड़ट भाई को बुलाओ, मेगा खेलना है, आओ।
अब पहले मेगा
वैलो खेल रहे भाई,
पहले
वैलो
वैलो
थोड़ा
खेल।
थोड़ा वैलो खेलते हैं फिर मेगा चल जाते हैं, ठीक है?
तो अबे तो गू टिर्री आदमी वही तो बोला ना।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, सुनो सुनो सुनो, पहले थोड़ा वैलो खेलते हैं।
अरे तो बेशरम वही तो बोला, 2 गेम वैलो खेलते हैं, मेका जाते हैं तो थोड़ा वैलो तो हो गया ना।
अबे यार नहीं बे, 2 वैलो खेलते हैं।
अरे तो भाई तू थोड़ा सा है क्या भाई? हाइड्रा भाई इसको मारो वारो, कुछ समझाओ भाई। इसको मारो भाई, कोई मार कम पड़ी है बेशरम को।
ब्रो और अभी क्लोन भी बना सकते हैं खुद का मेका में।
हाँ
ये बेबी,
तो तुम्हारा क्लोन छोटा बनेगा या बड़ा बनेगा? हर्ष भाई तुम क्रिकेट खेले हो?
हाँ।
तो तुमको तो नॉर्मल बॉल भी बाउंसर लगती होगी ना?
Who is the god of cricket?
God of cricket, Don Bradman.
You just stole your ball knowledge, bro.
हाँ?
घूखा उसका।
क्यों भाई? नहीं, it's सचिन तेंदुलकर यार। तो
Yep.
तो वो भी तुमसे बड़ा है।
ओए खेलने आओ, चलो
चलो खेलने आओ दोस्तों। एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क किक करो, किक पे आ रहा हूँ मैं इन जस्ट 2 मिनट्स, ठीक है? इन जस्ट 2 मिनट्स सारी स्ट्रीम्स बंद करता हूँ, किक पे आता हूँ इन जस्ट 2 मिनट्स। एनएसएमएट का मैच भी देखोगे ना, उस 40-50 मिनट है उसको। चलो एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क किक करो, फटफटाओ।